Why, hello everyone! Welcome to Fallout Cold Front, the Fallout 2D20 campaign. We run Saturdays, normally at 6 o'clock, but we're doing it at
12 o'clock.
Yep. For a good reason.
We're innovators.
We are. We like to keep you on your toes, all two of you.
It's 6 o'clock somewhere.
That's right. So, last session, party was divided. Half of the party was taken via Vertibird to...
Third.
What?
A third of us.
Oh, I guess it was... Oh, yeah. Fair enough. It might... Yeah, it was a third. We're taken to the headquarters of the Brotherhood of Steel, the Crucible, in terrible Gary, Indiana. Gary.
Gary.
Gary. Okay.
Music
That half didn't really have too much going on, just acclimating to this new environment, if you can call it that. That's where we're going to start this week, but the other two-thirds, see, that doesn't roll off the tongue like half.
But it's factually correct.
Doesn't
that matter more?
It's fine.
Okay.
The other four.
Artistic liberty.
Yeah. The rest of the party went to the headquarters of the mob. Big headquarters session. Pix's mom, Mrs. Trench, Gabriella Trench, got a life-saving surgery in an auto dock, which was good, which means you're not really in the pocket of the mob anymore. You don't owe them anything, but you also don't owe them anything anymore. And they took this opportunity to ask Jerry Fletcher if he had the recipe for C24. Now, I reviewed the end of last session.
Ask.
Yeah. Al essentially, he did begin with asking. He didn't just go like, I'm gonna kill you guys.
He just pulled a gun and asked.
He pointed, yeah, that's right. It's
That's why I say
guaranteeing politeness,
ask.
you know? And our society is a polite society, which is, I think, from Starship Troopers and not a founding father, ironically. Anyways, yeah. He did point a gun in your general direction. Said, do you have the recipe for C24? You said, no, I don't. Pix said,
I
no.
said I had the old one.
That's right, you did. You said, I had the old recipe. And he said, are you sure about that? And you said, yes. You rolled a persuasion check. You rolled pretty high. Zinnia's also here. She's at the front door. Okay. Al is on the balcony, pointing a gun towards the stairs where you and your mom are.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last line he ended on was, you're going to give me that recipe or Mrs. Trench is going to become a pile of ash. And she said, I already am a pile of ash. We're not going to resume with that tense situation.
Such great comeback.
Oh.
I know.
Ready to kill so many people. I probably won't.
We're not doing a time jump, are we?
Time to later. My mother is a
5
pile of ash.
years later.
Everyone else is. All of you take 51.
It's like one of those episodes where they start at the ending and then they kind of like
Oh, no.
flashback and
Mm.
get you there. I know, I
Yeah.
hate that too.
Not pull that off. I am
Especially when
looking
you're
for my
binge
phone.
watching.
Okay, fine.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're like, oh, cliffhanger, what happens next? Oh, other scene. No, what's happening?
Rachel, I'm kind of barricaded in here. Would you mind
Finding
looking for
your-
my phone?
Okay.
It is
I'll
red.
call it.
You know what it looks like.
Mm.
Oh, that would be great. Yeah, can someone call it?
Gone.
Welcome to Fallout Call Front.
Call them. Yep.
Today we're starting in Celltown.
Which is actually probably more civilized than Chicago.
I mean, yes.
Oh yeah, Frankie also had some quality time with his brother, Barnes. They reunited after 10 years apart. Frankie tried to sell him on Frankie's Place, his restaurant dream that he has. Oh, did you find it? Oh,
did.
Thank you. Oh, I've got a call from Josh.
What
Well,
does that go?
okay.
Well,
I don't know. He's
I
kind of a
don't know,
loser.
yeah.
I'm
Ouch.
kidding, I'm kidding.
ow.
In response to
Gary.
Frankie,
We love you.
Yes.
Campaign bleeds over.
Barnes
real.
told Frankie that his dream was, well, a pipe dream, and that if he really wanted to make a life, he could do it in the mob, which is where Barnes has made his way up the corporate ladder. All right, session notes. Here we are.
You
So we're gonna
prepare for
resume.
these?
What's that?
You prepare for these?
I do prepare for things. We're going to start in the Crucible Tower, in the NCO's quarters that you all were bunked at.
I missed Margie already.
Remind me, did you tell Bellamy had some business to take care of, but you didn't radio Marion yet, right?
No, he said that he would have to come supervise me while I did that. And then I asked the guy for the materials I would need to build the communication equipment I would
And
need
he
to
said no.
radio Marion. He
Yep.
said, no, we'll wait for Bellamy. He'd want
Yep.
to sit through you building that. So,
Yep. Eventually, I'd probably give it 30 minutes since that conversation. You would see. Sorry, I need to not call him his alias. DaCosta.
DaCosta.
Senior Paladin DaCosta would appear in a doorway in these quarters and walk towards you. So, are you really dead set on calling Marion?
I think if you want to have a trial, it's going to be important to have witnesses.
You're not getting that kind of trial, I don't think.
I know that, and you know that, but I'm not sure the rest of your people know that.
No, not. You're not getting a trial by jury. You're getting. Perhaps an investigation would be a better word to describe it.
And if we want to investigate, then it's going to be good to have people that know what's going on.
Fine then. Only because I think it might be interesting to see what Marion has to say. It's been quite some time since I've spoken with her.
Little reunion then, won't it be? I'm going to need to build the equipment that we're going to need to contact Marion with, unless you would like me to turn my Pip-Boy back on.
That won't be necessary. I have it already. Follow me.
I will follow him.
He would lead you up a couple floors to what would look like the command center of this tower. Looks like if you've ever seen the top of a air traffic control tower, just computers everywhere, Brotherhood scribes at every terminal, and there would be a small corner of the room that appears to be a radio hub. Stacks upon stacks of different radios, including one module that I keep wanting to call him Bellamy. I like the name Bellamy. It's great. DaCosta would wipe the dust off of a special module that apparently he still had in his possession.
You kept this that whole time.
Why not?
Have you been using it to spy on Polis?
Of course. You all haven't been doing anything too dramatic that would get in the Brotherhood's way.
No, I mean, you know we don't try for dramatic.
Indeed. But it's also a useful piece of technology nonetheless. If it makes you feel any better, I haven't been able to decode every cipher. But I've been able to decode many. Now, I don't know what cipher you all currently use. That might be something you have to input here. Essentially, this is similar to the Enigma code. I would say every week you would receive a coded message telling you what the key phrase would be to essentially input into your Pip-Boy whenever you're radioing it, so that it would decode and encode with Oracle in Delphi.
So this would only be giving him the code for the week.
Yes, it changes every single week.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like that's an acceptable compromise.
Mhm.
Sure, all right. And I'll go ahead and sit down at the console and type in the code.
I'm going to let you dictate this message. Yes. If you start saying anything that I deem as a threat, I will disconnect you. And also, even if you manage to send some sort of distress call, I'd like to see Marion try to break into this place.
I would too. I think it would be fun. I'm just going to tell her what's going on.
Okay?
Don't think there's a lot more to do than that right now.
Proceed.
So I'll go ahead and send a message to Marion. The Brotherhood of Steel have taken me to Crucible and shut Pip down. Request your presence. Hephaestus.
get a response.
Yes.
There would be some sort of, let's call it an informal code, that would indicate whether you're under duress or not. You know, like the kind of thing where...
Would Bellamy know about it?
That's the question. I'm trying to think about what the phrase could possibly be. Probably something in Greek, which would be stupid.
I mean, if Bellamy wouldn't catch it, I will use the stupid Greek phrase.
Okay. Go ahead and roll it's going to be charisma, either speech or stealth.
Both of those are very... Well, sneak's not bad, actually.
Here we go.
It's gonna be charisma sneak.
Contested with
Okay.
DaCosta.
That's not good. What is it?
It's a
17.
Okay, so 1,
1? What number?
4.
That'll work.
Can I have my die back? Jacob, would you mind slipping around the corner to grab the caps? I just realized we don't have them.
Oh, yes.
Not that I need one right now, but we're gonna at some point, I'm sure. Got high hopes.
Well, you will need them now. That's 1 action point.
Oh, really? I beat him?
Oh, wait, no, sorry. It was a tie. My bad.
I was gonna say, usually if you ask for the number.
Right, yeah, correct.
Thank you.
Here we go.
What was that final phrase? Don't worry, I'm keeping your check into account.
I was letting her know I'm under duress. Apprising her of the situation.
She would ask, what kind of presents would be best? Up to you, although you know I have my preferences. Oh, she doesn't have a code name yet either.
Demeter.
Oh, she's... Demeter?
Demeter?
Isn't it Demeter?
I've heard it pronounced both ways.
Oh,
True.
wait, you know what? I keep forgetting that no one is the authority on how to pronounce ancient Greek, so you can literally...
Yes.
That is
Yeah.
true.
I've always heard Demeter, but I'm sure Demeter works too.
I've heard it both ways.
That sounds like
Demeter.
the British pronunciation of it. Oh, Demeter.
Odometer.
I'm calling you here as a witness, but use your own discretion. My associates...
Turns it off. Really? You're inviting this woman to use her own discretion to possibly attempt some suicidal prison break.
You know Marion better than that.
She might try it. If she dies, this is on you.
She isn't going to try to read Crucible on her own.
Well, if she does, that's on you.
You obviously don't know Marion well enough.
Are you sure about that? You're not the only one who worked with her.
It's been a few years, hasn't it?
Has. I don't imagine she's switched her penchant for explosives, though.
The tool and the inclination to use them are two different things.
I'm also certain she probably has some bad blood between her and I.
And you knew that when you said that I could invite her. I've done exactly what I said I was going to do.
I was hoping you were just requesting her presence and nothing more.
That is what I did.
There's clearly some nuance in there. Discretion.
You're afraid of nuance, Bellamy. I'm
I'm
sorry,
a
DaCosta.
I'm afraid of nuance when it dictates a threat. And that was the implication here.
You just told me that you don't believe Marion's a threat.
I don't. I would prefer her not to be dead. Because
Then
I'm
she
not
won't
some
be.
enemy of Polis. I think their mission is fine and noble. I'm just not a part of it anymore because
Because you were a zealot. Because you decided to raise an entire compound without their permission.
I decided to act when Polis wanted to stand idly by. Yes. Now, let's get to the proper questioning. Follow me. And at this point, there would be 2 Brotherhood Knights that would be escorting you. So it's not just him now. He would lead you low. Well, to an elevator first. That would take you into essentially the basement of this tower. Ooh, dungeon. It is actually a prison. Brotherhood has enemies they want to just arrest. I mean,
I'm not
typically
in that
that's-
category yet, though, am I? Technically?
Oh no, not quite yet. They just know you are a threat, and typically prisons are pretty secure places, so it works. He would lead you past a few cells. Most of them seem unoccupied. A couple of them have some raider-looking types, some people that look less raider-like, more civilized, maybe scientists. And then would lead you into, not a cell, but a private room in this basement with a, looks to be a heavily reinforced door. Inside that room, you would see 2 tables. One of them has a terminal on it, and would have a Brotherhood scribe sitting at it, along with some cables sticking out of the terminal. At the other table, there is a seat, and DaCosta would gesture toward it.
I'll walk over and pull out the chair and sit down.
Also on this table is what looks to be some kind of restraint, something similar to like a kind of like a handcuffed or an arm cuffed, but it's like fastened to the table.
should
We are
probably
going to
get
be
this.
turning your Pip-Boy on, and I need to be sure that you're not going to use it. There is, of course, on the table there is like one handcuff, and there would be another one behind, just to make sure you're not.
Why do we need the Pip-Boy on?
Well, last time I asked you to take it off, you said it would explode, didn't you?
That was a lie.
Okay. I bought the biometric scan bit, though.
But why do you need it on?
Well, this is the threat, isn't it? You're not the interesting piece of technology.
Surely you
Pip
can
is.
take a look without actually turning it back on. That shouldn't be difficult.
I thought you would know how a computer works, Miss Ortega.
I know how a computer works.
Well, then we will need to take the memory out if we're going to scan it. It's on, or we get the memory. If you propose a different way, then I'm all ears.
Why don't you let me show you?
No,
I can take the memory out myself and I can show
absolutely
you what's...
not. This is a threat evaluation.
And you can see every keystroke I put in. You can see that I'll be doing it right. I don't
If you wanted
know.
to earn trust, you should have been a lot more safer when you used the radio. I don't trust you one bit to not use this maliciously.
I'm aware you don't. You haven't trusted me since you picked me up. You haven't trusted me since 7 years ago, Bellamy.
Knights, they're just going to, a couple of Brotherhood Knights in this room are going to force you into these restraints. Are you resisting?
Don't think that's going to do much good.
You are cuffed to the table and to a table leg on the other hand.
Just let me talk to him once you turn it back on, all right?
Certainly. While we scan it. The scribe would take those cables and open a port on your Pip-Boy, which is not the port with the memory. Don't worry.
Well, that they would have to really pry open. That's welded shut, isn't it?
They would, yeah. They would risk damaging the holotape if they did so.
My boy.
So the scribe would put the cables in and would return to the terminal. Sir, I'm ready to activate if you are. And And just so you don't get any ideas, this room is completely insulated from radio waves. You were to try what you did in the vault. No, there is no if. I'd like to see you try. Let's wait a little bit. Let me give some practical interrogation first.
You're going to torture me, Bellamy.
I'm going to ask you questions.
Being with him is torture.
That is not a ask questions kind of a door you just led me through.
No. But that door is not for you. It's for that. And he points to the pit boy. If it was just you, I'd probably prefer this conversation over tea or something like that. That sounds too friendly.
At least
Over
he's
water,
civilized.
Iced.
Heaven forbid you offer a captive tea.
Indeed. You are the Polis operative of Michigan, the one that succeeded me. And yet you're traveling. I know that means something important. You're not just doing this gallivanting across the Midwest. So what is your current mission as a Polis operative?
I'm not on mission as a Polis operative. I'm on mission for DTL. They're my Brotherhood of Steel. You had your shell, I
This is
have
just a
mine.
shell thing. Then what are you doing with DTL?
Gathering information on the storms. We're escorting a
Delroy
meteorologist.
Trade Lines is interested in the weather.
They lead caravans through the weather.
Fair enough.
They're trying to track if there's any patterns. Anything
Interesting.
that could predict how to lead their caravans through safely.
I would give you a luck point. That was a really good answer. But I'm actually just going to say that check is a success. You're full of luck.
Nice.
So, no contest. What is Pip's purpose?
He doesn't have a purpose, not the way Hegemony did. He's just here to be Pip.
What was Hegemony's purpose?
Hegemony's purpose was to run Palm Conservatory.
To run it. What does run mean?
I mean, surely you took a look around after you raised the place. It had integrated systems for Hegemony to be able to control every aspect of the compound,
Including defense
including defense,
or offense.
not offense.
Why does Pip have information on the Brotherhood of Steel?
I'd like to know the answer to that myself.
You would. Is Pip Hegemony?
No.
That's it. Just no.
You asked a question, I gave you an answer.
Fine.
If you had stopped to ask her any questions, you would have known that.
Known what about Gem?
That
Sorry,
sh-
Hegemony.
That she's not Pip.
Well, we don't have that opportunity today, which I'm grateful for. All right, Remco, turn it on. Single keystroke, and you would see your Pip-Boy boot up again. Its bright green screen illuminating with a afraid face of Ben.
Hey, hey, it's alright. It's alright. We're here in Crucible now. They're just going to take a look at you, see what it is you can do.
Take a look. Where? The Crucible with the Brotherhood?
Yes.
Yes. Uncle, scan it. I'm going to ask you to do a contested hacking check right now. So this is
Interesting.
essentially speaking for how good are Pip's firewalls.
Alright, so that's intelligence, science, and I reduced the difficulty of skill tests to, well, I guess that's hack computers, but it is the hacker feat.
Remco
Will that
has
apply?
that feat as well.
So we'll
it's
just
gonna
even
be
them out.
even.
Sure.
Yep.
Ugh, I hate this guy. Okay.
Girl.
Oh, girl, I'm sorry.
Yeah. What'd you get?
1.
What number?
9.
13.
Yeah. Wasn't even a good roll.
Wow. Yeah, no, that really wasn't. Pip's firewalls aren't that good, but Remkel
Is also not good.
not a good hacker.
Not a good bet.
I don't understand this firewall. It's a CAPTCHA.
Which of the squares have buses in them? I'm sure I clicked them all.
Pip's like,
Zooms
I
in.
can do this much better.
Sir, I can't get past the firewall. Well, that makes sense. I guess you won't just allow us a peek then. Pip, you have information from Brotherhood servers. Where did that come from? I probably shouldn't have said that. I don't know. It's tagged with the same kind of coding that my memories are. You know, things that I have gone through and remember. You know, not stuff I was programmed with. But it's, I don't have a timestamp for them like I do with other memories. Can you let me go now? No.
Good try.
Can I tell you that I'm not a weapon? Will that work? You activated a nuclear reactor remotely. That's certainly not a traditional weapon, but a weapon nonetheless.
It's something I could have done from any console inside of the vault.
Correct. And if you did so, you would be immensely worried. But having a program that cannot be predicted and can supersede typical manual ports of entry is incredibly dangerous.
It's nothing I couldn't do myself.
Pip, are you self-propagating? Pip just looks at you.
Pip's code is adaptive. He's able to change it as he learns and grows.
Can he make copies of himself?
What
Oh,
is
boy.
that's probably not, right?
That's up to you.
Interesting question.
He's adaptive, so hypothetically, he could
It's
try.
not what he's meant to do. I think he would struggle if he tried.
Yeah, I think I'd find it kind of weird. I don't dig the whole hive mind thing. It's weird. I'm not asking what you feel, Pip. I'm asking what you're capable of. Could you do that? I mean,
He could try.
He looks to you, yeah.
He could try, and it probably wouldn't go well. That's the sort of thing that takes a lot of practice, even if you're like Pip is. If you're not programmed with that, you're going to have to learn, just like anybody. It's not what he's meant for.
Roll a hacking check. Don't. I'm still going to need a solid explanation as why there's Brotherhood information on your memory. And while he is saying that, Pip is going to look at you and go,
I would love to give you that answer if I had it, DaCosta.
Pip keeps wiggling his eyebrows. Pip is going to roll a stealth speech check, I guess, which... Oh boy.
Undulating.
He's just
You can see
writing
he also,
things with
like-
them.
He's stirring. I want to roll an innuendo check.
Yeah.
Can I
Innuendo
use-
doesn't always mean what you think it
Yeah.
Can I use
Actually,
intelligence
that's-
because it's with my
that's actually
creation?
really well said.
I will allow this, just
I understand computers better than people.
Yeah, well, you know his faces. You know
Yes.
what means what.
So that's what? Speech intelligence? Or
I'll allow programming, science.
yes.
This is understanding a computer and how
Understanding
it works.
Pip is so much easier than
Either if that
understanding people.
computer's mimicking.
3.
3? Oh boy. Everyone else in the room is going to see Pip doing this, but you would know he's looking for permission to resist. To try things to escape. Or at least scan.
We are surrounded. We are in a. I'm not saying this. This is just.
Yeah, right.
We're in a thoroughly blocked off room. I don't think there's much Pip could do at this point. It
Okay.
will only make the
Yep.
case against him worse. So I'm just gonna kind of give a small shake of my head.
Yeah. Okay. What was that? What? Miss Ortega, what do the eyebrows mean?
I don't understand.
Someone put that in
innuendo.
quotes and highlights.
They don't always mean what I think. That was actually really wise. That's a wise way of saying.
What is Pip suggesting? Suggesting. Yeah.
He was just curious exactly what he could do to try and get out of here.
Thinking about escaping.
Can you blame him? Self-preservation is a fundamentally human thing.
Indeed. But what would a program like this do in order to preserve itself? Infiltrate Brotherhood servers? Trigger a nuclear meltdown?
I've told him
Launch a
not
missile.
to do that.
What's that?
I've told him not to try.
So the only boundary that we know of on this program is not some safeguard programmed into it, but just someone's word that they've suggested to this AI that it shouldn't wreak havoc? That's it. That's all we have to lean on.
The only thing limiting any of us, DaCosta, you or I, or any of the people you've got here in this room is choice. That's the same it is with Pip. I don't think that should be the thing that damns him.
And he's already chosen. Chosen.
I like the part of his character. He's like, I'm super serious and very deadly. I can't say words though, but I will re-say them and people won't
No,
notice.
that's not the Costa.
Nah,
That's Spencer.
That's okay.
You're
worry
holding us
about
to a
it.
double standard. I could do any of the things that Pip has done, or any of the things that Pip probably could do.
Manually. He is remote. He
And-
can jump. He can copy. He can steal information. Where were you when he triggered the reactor meltdown?
Probably somewhere I could have done it myself.
That's kind of a lie. Kind of. It's close to the truth.
There were
so
consoles down there. I could have got in and done something like that. It just would have taken time.
Yeah, it would have. But you were also not even at a console at the time when he did it.
No, I was just in a room full of
Go
them.
ahead and roll a speech check. That's the wonderful thing about Fallout is both deception and speech or persuasion are
Sure.
lumped together in one.
And I'm bad at
Doesn't make
both.
sense.
So whether this is persuasion or deception.
One.
One? Okay. I believe he has a much greater potential than that. Especially given the Brotherhood information on him. Do you think I'm just supposed to ignore that?
What do you want to do with it? He
want to know
remembered
why it's
one
there.
thing about one member of your organization. Pip, do you
Where
remember
did he
anything
get it
else about the
from?
Brotherhood?
They're meaties.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's fair, but that doesn't come from your servers now, does it?
No, that's my own memory. Ha! Fine. Is there anything you would suggest in cracking why he has Brotherhood information on him? If you are so concerned to getting to the bottom of this, as you said.
I could do an investigation myself. I just don't think you would allow me to do that. I could look for similarly tagged information and see if I could put together a bigger picture of what he's got going on.
Maybe later. Right now, Uncle, I want you to keep scanning. Keep trying to breach the firewall.
I can guarantee you that he has not been in your servers.
The hard evidence disagrees.
Why would either of us be interested in getting your eyes back on us?
It's not a question for me to answer. I don't need motive. We have proof. But that's enough for now. Remco, keep searching. And Acosta, as well as one of the knights, are going to exit the room. So now it's just you, Pip, who was on, Remco, and a knight. No one's saying anything to you.
I'm very tempted to try something. I just know it's not going to go well.
How'd I do?
You're doing great.
Good.
Sorry about all this.
It's okay. It was going to happen eventually anyways.
Well, I was hoping we would stay under the radar and you would live a long, happy life without ever knowing anything about the Brotherhood of Steel.
Yeah. That would be nice, but I don't know if that would have been natural, I guess. It's gonna happen eventually.
I don't know if you can find a way out of here. If you can try to copy yourself. But if there's anything you can do to keep yourself safe, then do it.
I don't think I can copy right now. That might be a later thing.
Okay. Just, I can find my own way out. If you find a way out, take it.
Okay. And with that, we will go back to the rest of the group.
I don't feel any less stressful that we did that. Just like, both are stressful.
All right. So again, the last thing said was, Mrs. Trench is going to be a pile of ash. Blah blah blah.
Blah, blah,
Tom
blah.
has great comebacks. I'm just gonna so is he like
You
behind
can
me?
see him. He is directly in front of you on a balcony. You are on the grand staircase.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna move in front of my mom.
You move a muscle. I open fire.
Listen, there's no need to escalate this.
I think the good doctor's right on that one. This is Zinnia. Oh, you can't go swinging right out of the gate. We have something that Jerry here might actually want. Why don't we just, lead with the good thing, and if we don't get what we want, then do the threat? But even then, come on. We're
We're all adults here.
yeah, that's right.
I believe you had something you wanted to say, miss?
Well, we heard about your recent trip to reunite with your brother, and we're all very touched by the sadness you've had to endure. I mean, it's not normal for someone's brother to, try and euthanize them. Anyways, I'm getting off script here. No doubt you want to get back on Gnosis. And I don't know if you would have the resources to do that with, a little old trading company. If you gave us the recipe for the advanced C-24 and whatever thing makes it work on people, the reduced evolutionary virus, says Al. Yeah, that thing. We could probably help you get that little quest of revenge served cold. And fresh, quick. We could get Radamanthus here for you, and you could do whatever you want to him. There's a lot of potential here.
I'm intrigued by the offer. I don't suppose I could get a word with your boss, Mr. Polignani.
Appropriate timing. Another voice would come on the PA system, Polignani himself. I gave you all one job. You screwed it up. Now, you need to take it easy for once. Rose, if you buttered him up anymore, you could deep fry him. Send Dr. Fletcher up to the 10th floor. Well, sounds like the boss is waiting. You can just take that elevator right up there and, say hi to him for me.
Oh, I will. Don't worry. And he's gonna get up.
Vamoose, go!
He's going to like get up with his cane and stuff and hobble over to the elevator.
Okay, yeah, you go up the stairs. Are you saying anything
Is
to
Henny
Mrs.
coming
Trench?
with me? He's
gonna
gonna
do
try.
the Mr. House thing.
He's gonna
You
try.
can't bring your companions up here.
He's gonna
Alan's
lean-
going to say that. You really need the dog up there.
He's leaning on the dog.
Use the cane, moron.
I have 2 legs that need help.
Roll a persuasion check. Difficulty of 2. Oof.
2.
2. Pass.
Alright, so he's gonna-
Fine.
Stairs or elevator?
Are you asking that?
Well, no, I'm asking you in out of character.
It's your choice. You can climb 10 floors if you want to.
Okay, I'll take the elevator.
3 hours later.
Makes it to the top. It's like, I'm exhausted.
so
That was a
tired.
power move.
What are you taking?
Just walking up with his cane and his dog.
The
The
stairs?
stairs?
No, the elevator. I thought you
Okay.
asked what possessions am I taking.
They're not gonna check you for anything, believe
Nothing
it or
but
not.
the clothes on his back.
Alright, I'm up the elevator.
Okay. The elevator does in fact play elevator music. It's a little awkward. As you click the P for penthouse at the very top.
Okay. Are they coming with me, Al, or
No,
anybody?
it is just you. The elevator arrives at the top floor. The doors swing open. And Polignani isn't directly in front of you, but you can hear soft music playing and a absolutely immaculate, very fancy penthouse suite with windows looking over the rest of the city.
So Jerry's gonna walk in. He's not leaning on the dog anymore. He's trying to walk like confidently and like standing up as tall as he can.
Yeah. Okay. Walking around a little bit, you would see one door open that looks to lead to an office. And you would hear, "You may come in.
He
It's
goes
time to talk business." You would see Polignani sitting at a very, very wide wooden desk, taking an uncut cigar out of a drawer. You smoke?
He doesn't.
Chops it, hands it over to you, and slides one of those antique desk later things over to your direction. Take a seat. Do you want a drink too?
I'll pass on that. Thank you.
He cuts a cigar for himself. I'm not going to waste too much time.
I think we can both appreciate that.
Most of what's Rose said is true. We could provide you with the means to entirely shut down Gnosis. Absolutely end them. We could bring Radamanthus here. But rather than just saying, here's what I can do, here's what you can do, I figured it might be a good idea to explain the intentions first. He takes a puff of his cigar. We don't want C-24 for distribution. In fact, we would prefer a world where it doesn't exist. We want it gone. Much of our business and our stability comes from other chems. Maintaining a wide variety of them. this super chem might be incredibly potent. It's also bad business. I also don't know what Gnosis is up to.
Can I roll a insight check on what he just said about not wanting it to exist?
Yeah,
'Cause I don't buy that.
yeah, go for it.
Jerry completely buys it.
Okay. He does seem earnest. There is, especially the bit about bad business makes sense to you. That if you would have, one chem that replaces a variety of like a dozen chems, that's just not as much product as you're selling. Especially considering the mob doesn't have control of it right now. But variety is pretty conducive for good business, and that seems to be the point he's laying home. Your brother is holed up in a vault right now. In fact, you were both from a vault, correct?
Yes.
Now, haven't been too many active vaults in the Midwest recently. Most of them have reintegrated into society. But we all know the kinds of people that come from vaults and the kinds of things that they do in the vaults. I don't know what Gnosis is up to. I would love to know. But what I do know is they have the super chem, and they're keeping it. They're planning something. Whether it's some purify the wastes nonsense, or some elevate mankind kind of thing.
If you don't want it to exist, then why are you so bent on getting the formula?
Simple. Mutually assured destruction. Gnosis has it. Once the rest of the world knows that, people are gonna flock to them. Organized crime has always existed as counterbalance. To give the people what they want, to make sure that certain factions don't get too important.
They're just
There has been peace and stability in the Midwest between all the factions here. And that's not because of those factions, that's because of us.
Suppose one were to, let me give you a little bit of explanation on the REV. It was very difficult to come by, to create. Essentially an accident, 1 in a million. Now, there's no way to create it again. It would take decades, hundreds of years, like it did our vault. The difference is, well, I should say the only way to get some of it is to extract it from a subject that has been infected with it. Now, part of the reason that my brother and I fell apart is because I'm not worthy to be one of them, as you can see. That's why he tried to euthanize me, and that's why I went to find him, to see if he would give me the virus. And
But you took it, though. I know it works on you,
I know.
even if you're not fit for it.
I know. So, the problem is the difference isn't the formula, it's the virus. Somehow they've used it within their subjects that have it and found a way to mutate it, get it to where it is now. For me, it severely restricts my intelligence whenever I'm using it. And
Because of the virus or because of the chem?
because the virus wasn't developed enough.
Roll a deception check.
Alright. Can I buy a die using an action point, please?
You have an action point, don't you?
Nope.
No.
Yeah, you can do that. I'm spending it immediately.
Yep. 5 successes.
No.
Well done. Only 4 from him.
In order to replicate what Gnosis has now.
We
I
need
would-
them.
We need to capture a subject from their lab. Now, I don't know which
I'd be down for
ones.
that.
I don't know which ones of them have been infected, but I do know the two for sure are Radamanthus himself and his right-hand man, Minos.
That's not the evidence that I have. Everyone in that vault is infected.
Well, I wasn't aware of that. I wasn't aware of the extent to which it's been done, or...
Well, listen. You don't have to pitch it to me. I'd be fine with kidnapping
He's like Santa.
any of those people. Especially, that Minos. That fella. Yeah. Some choice
Especially-
things I'd like to do to that guy.
Everyone
Minos-
dislikes Midas.
Him in
Nobody talks
particular.
about destiny in a trade negotiation.
See, Radamanthus is an egomaniac and,
Yep.
quite frankly, deserves to die, but I think he would be a harder target to go for right off the bat. Minos, surgically removing him from Gnosis would completely cripple everything they have. I've seen them interact, and I know that Radamanthus depends on him very heavily for almost anything to get done. Now, I won't say it will completely destroy them, but I think that he'd be a good place to start.
That makes sense to me.
And now, let's talk business. I'm willing to forget what happened downstairs. That was a rough start to our relationship.
That was Al.
I know.
There's a reason that he's normally the person backing me up, and I'm the one doing the talking.
Yes,
But he's the
and
best bodyguard I've ever known.
yes, I'm completely willing to not take any of that personally. There's just a couple things that we need to discuss concerning the other people that I'm traveling with.
Absolutely.
Now, two of them, Miss Ortega and Margie, they're stuck and detained by the Brotherhood. I've heard from Mr. Franklin's brother that you might have the means of extracting them somehow, or so let's say in exchange for my help with C-24 and then further developing the REV, or with extracting it and infecting new people with it. It's not as simple as just taking someone's blood out and putting it in another person. In exchange for that, you let the rest of them go, no harm done to anyone. Additionally, you're a businessman, and I assume you know that threatening to shoot a lady right after you made a business deal before she even gets to leave is bad business.
Only saved her
practice.
life, though.
He did, but threatened to take it right after. Now, I understand it's just business, but I think there's a place for smart business as well.
Your point?
You don't need any of them.
Don't need any of who.
Any of the people downstairs. My people downstairs. Obviously,
Oh.
you know that.
Yeah, that's true.
The catch is...
Frankie, though. Barnes has done very well. He's made sure that the East has followed my orders and kept the loyalty. He's a friend of mine. He wants some time with Frankie. I'm not saying to kidnap him and to force him to become a part of the mob. I'm saying just spend time with him. It was his request. And I don't think you're necessarily, his keeper or anything.
Of course not,
But
but
that is our concern.
I can see where you're coming from with that. And I think there's a way where we could both get what we want in this issue. Frankie, trust me, I've been traveling with him for a while. He's very stubborn.
Okay?
You try to force him to do something, he digs his heels in.
Yeah.
I think the stick would be the wrong approach to this situation.
Did I ever say the stick?
No, you didn't.
I asked you politely.
You never said the stick, and I'm trying to offer you a carrot.
That's what I'm asking for.
Frankie is obsessed with the idea of opening a diner and performing music in front of people. Perhaps finding a way to do that, perhaps establishing a diner nearby in Chicago, offering it over to Frankie and letting him make that choice would be the more prudent way of getting him to rejoin the mob, or at least interact with his brother a bit more.
Listen, I wasn't asking for Frankie. I was asking for you to just put in a good word. It's not my job to fulfill someone's dream.
I know.
All I'm saying is I am concerned with him. Because one of my friends is concerned with him.
Of course.
But I'm not taking anyone. Now, you've given a very, very long list of demands. And in exchange, you've said, help. That's not enough for what I'm promising.
Well,
You could give something, let's call it a deposit, something that guarantees good faith. And I happen to know the only option for that will be the recipe for the advanced C24 serum that you got from Vault 47.
Listen, I didn't get that serum.
Now you lie. He's not doing an inside check on that one. There are people that I trust that have given me hard evidence. And he pulls from his pocket a vial of C24.
Hard evidence of what?
That you have the recipe.
Who?
Not important. This is the deal I'm proposing. You're not getting anything without that. I'm not gonna trade for help. I trade for solid value pieces.
And if I give you all my chips, then how do I know you're going to keep your word?
That's a good point.
I propose this instead. You hold me here. I will stay on. I will help your chemists, so-called, with their work. And I will give you the old recipe for C24.
Why would I deal in something that's not even valuable anymore? What's the point of mutually assured destruction if we don't have the same thing that the other group has?
It's still quite potent. After my friends,
Not enough.
After my friends are gone, and I'm here with you, completely at your mercy, I will give you the rest.
You know you're at our mercy right now.
I know, but I have something you want. That's the only leverage I have in these negotiations.
Do you know what a ripper is?
I have a small idea.
It's a chainsaw. It's a hand chainsaw. I'm presenting you a very, very generous deal right now. You could get Minos. You're bound and gagged. Do whatever you want. We get his DNA or whatever's. We get the REV. That's so much that I'm giving you. I get your friends out of the Brotherhood of Steel. How about that kind of guarantee? How about I get your friends back and you give C24? And if you don't agree to that, well, that's fine. Because I know what I want is on that Pip-Boy right there. And I will
Fine.
cut off your arm
Fine.
to take that.
I will give it to you.
Well, that's great. I'm glad we can make a deal.
Can I have some paper?
Oh, I was gonna say we could wait until your friends get back here. But if you want to make that good faith payment right now, I'm content with it.
All right. And he's going to write down the recipe,
Mm-hmm.
but he's going to make one minor tweak
Okay.
in a very subtle area
Yeah.
that will take probably a little while to notice.
Roll a science intelligence check, please.
Yeah, Jerry. Good idea.
No.
This is smart.
3 successes.
Okay. Now, as I said, I deal in solid value pieces. I don't speak chemist. So, why don't you go down and spend some time with your friends? I'll take this to our eggheads. We'll take a look at it. Because for all I know, this could be the recipe to Nuka-Cola.
Be pretty valuable. You should take
They
it.
start
actually.
doing organized
Actually-
crime and they're just like,
We
we'll just sell
control
Nuka-Cola.
I propose a new business venture.
Yeah.
Just start selling Nuka-Cola.
Could work.
Alright.
Roll a deception check with that too. You are kind of lying, and here's the recipe.
Okay.
It is most of the recipe.
It's a contested check.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I'm going to re-roll this one. And I'm going to re-roll this one.
Okay,
Because
two
I
more.
have Smooth Talker and a fedora on.
Oh.
Whoa.
Fedoras.
Milady.
Hey, lose the dog, lose the fedora. No 1d20 checks.
He's like, stop distracting me with your dog. He's so cute.
My dice decided
He's so
to fall.
adorable.
Oh no.
Could I re-roll one with a luck point? Or do I have to take the second roll?
Wait, you can always keep using luck points, even if you used.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to use one luck
You can
point.
continuously use luck points if you want.
Oh.
You're like, oh, that sucks. Oh, that
Come
sucks.
on,
Oh, that
Jerry.
Because I got to get this one. I'm going to kill
Yeah.
that dice because he's not been...
He's not been doing too well.
He's in jail. 3 successes.
Let's
Four.
go.
Oh.
Sorry, I shouldn't have told you until you decided whether or not you were going to use another luck point.
Okay.
We'll call it at that, though. Why are you writing it down? Why don't you just show it on my, show it to me on your Pip Boy? I write it down.
Does he have... Is there a way to copy a holotape? He doesn't want to give him his holotape
Oh
permanently.
yeah, fair. No, he was just saying just show it on the screen.
Okay. It's very long and like...
Fancy looking.
Well, it's gonna look identical except for like one number, right?
Not a number. He's going to basically use a little bit of... He's changing...
editing it?
He's changing... Not in the Pip-Boy, but he
Okay.
changed like a single molecule in there.
Did you do that in the past, or are you just
No,
not
on the
saying this?
paper.
No.
On the paper.
Oh,
No,
okay. Yeah,
like
yeah.
maybe instead of, you know, dihydrogen monoxide, he'd put
Yeah.
Hydrogen
hydroxide or something.
Right. Yeah. I gotcha. Yeah.
Would that be something that Nelson would even recognize?
Depends on how long the recipe is, probably.
Me, I look at them all. That looks like science. Hence why I do not do well in chemistry.
Here, just take the holotape.
There's probably a lot of information on there.
Not much interesting information. Just take it. It'll be easier. Your scientists will be able to read it better than you can.
Okay. We'll get this back to you in a bit. He's gonna take. Oh, before I take that, do we have a deal?
He's gonna lean over the table and shake his hand.
Okay. We'll get Minos. Here. Where do you want him?
I mean, I'm gonna be working here, so I presume here would be a good spot.
All right. He's gonna take the holotape. There's information about the REV on there, isn't there?
No. Well, I don't remember there being any information about that on there.
I'll review what I said from what information Pip got.
I don't think Pip gave him everything.
He gave me I asked for the formulas for the new recipes,
Yeah,
But-
I'll
but-
review that.
I think
'Cause-
I've got the rest.
because,
Okay.
yeah, I only asked for those things from the
Mhm.
information. I didn't ask for all the information he got.
Mhm.
And also, I wasn't lying about the RUV being really hard to reproduce.
Oh yeah, no, that.
So,
Yeah, I totally buy that. Okay.
he was just lying about needing a Gnosis variant instead of his own.
Okay. Polygon is actually just going to insert the holotape into a terminal. It's copied. Here you go. And he gives it back. So, I believe we have some friends to get out of the Crucible, huh?
Yes.
Okay. He's gonna hit a button on his desk. Drop the guns. We've made a deal. Now, I apologize because I'd like to give you guys and Tabs some time to talk, do something, don't do anything.
All I'm doing is I'm basically just blocking my mom from the guy, so he just shoots through me. That's
Yeah.
basically it. So
Well,
They
he
did say move and you'll get shot.
Move and you'll get shot. So we're gonna pick up with that right there. Is he's gonna say, you move another inch and you get shot.
1 second.
I'm gonna amend that. You move. She gets shot.
You deal in blood. Close your doors at night.
Real friendly with the bad guys.
And then I stare him down as unblinking as possible,
Okay, yeah.
just to mess with him.
Yeah. Okay. Frankie, Tabs.
Also, I
Anything you do?
prepared to, like, if something happens, I'm
Oh, yeah,
gonna
but-
jump in front of my mom, or
Absolutely.
actually I might
Yeah.
push, shove, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever
Yeah.
is like
she
the
would
most.
collapse very easily.
Yes,
But might
whatever
fall
is
down
the
the
most-
stairs, which would be kind of funny. But
Yeah.
Out of the way, Mom.
We might need some comedy for the attention we're in, but also it'd be very.
That's not comedy. That's sad.
I know it's sad.
I
Comedy
assume
is
that
tragic.
goes for us too, Al. I imagine Frankie and Tabs are probably just like sitting at
We're
some like bench or chair or booth or something.
like-
Al actually can't see you right now,
Oh,
so
okay.
he's just got a vantage point on the.
Tabs has no idea what is going on. He's like,
Oh.
Rose, that's your choice. No, you guys can move. Just like, don't draw a gun or anything.
I'm also gonna memorize this guy,
Okay.
so I can like. I would like it so, like, even in the dark I could pick him out, but even just me remember him.
Yeah.
And know who he is, know all that.
You got it now.
Remember
He's
details
staring you
about
down.
him. Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
If I remember correctly, Frankie never recognized Zinnia when she was first introduced. Like she was
Right,
new
she's
to the
new.
mob after he left.
Correct.
Okay. So, Frankie's gonna walk over and grab another brownie.
Mm-hmm.
How you like it here?
Come
Well,
here
it's
often.
pretty nice.
When
Brownies are to die for, aren't
You
they?
ever heard of
Mm,
Frankie's
they are.
place?
When'd you get here, or when they get you?
Oh, what? The family?
Yeah.
About
It's-
3 years ago.
And what do? Roam the Midwest making threats?
I don't really do the threats kind of portion unless they're necessary. Al does the threats up there. Oh, and your brother, of course. I'm more the, let's say negotiator. For when, the boss doesn't want to do the negotiating. And a little bit of recruiting as well.
Ah, yes, the role formerly known as mailman.
Yeah, she does do a lot of errands. Although, I was going to ask why'd you leave, but we don't kind of all know that.
What do you know then?
Well, I don't want to be rude. I'll be polite. It just wasn't the kind of work for you. Not too comfortable with it. Though, you ever considered just doing a different job in the family? We need accountants.
I
Chemists.
was never too good with numbers, chems.
I heard you play an instrument, though.
Yeah, and I did that while I was here too.
Well, there you go. We don't have any entertainment in this. It's too quiet. Wait, do you have your saxophone with you right now?
I believe they're probably in the van,
Van.
actually.
Okay. Do you sing?
Do I sound like I sing?
I mean, you could do the blues or something.
Ooh.
I see skies of blue. I guess he could. No. Well, seems like you've gotten to be buddy-buddy with everyone here in the past 3 years.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. All you just had to do was be fun. Like, everybody here is just... But, you know, crack a few jokes. Have some fun. Flirt a little. It gets you pretty good places.
Yeah, not with Barnes, though, am I right?
Oh, no. I tried. Did not go well.
He was never much one for jokes.
Was that the case even when you knew him? He's a real Debbie Downer.
We're just different, that's all. He was always he was the realist.
Yeah. Which we need some of. It makes sense. He's good at his job. So you're the optimist.
I try to be.
Well, I hope you take him up on his offer then. We could use more optimists.
Why is everyone trying to get Frankie to join the mob again?
Anybody want a drink? Stare people, do you want a drink?
Yeah, I'd love one.
What's your poison?
Got like a juice? You got a juice?
Candy, do we have any juice? Cranberry juice?
I'll take it.
I guess cranberries are canon now. Or preserved. I don't
Maybe
know.
they're
Imagine
like
they have
maybe they're
cans.
like cranberries, or like something
Oh,
else.
this tastes like meat.
It's like meat. It's like meat berry.
Oh.
It's like the juices, the
Sorry.
juicy stuff when you open like a bottle of
Oh, it's
can
like
of spam
broth
or
or
whatever,
something.
like the
That's
what
slimy stuff.
Oh.
Cranberry juice.
Cranberry.
It's bad.
You would see the rather dandily dressed bartender just walk out and bring a cranberry juice to you.
Is it in a glass?
It is. It's in a fancy glass.
I take it.
Excuse me, Mr. Owl. Do you want one too? No.
Then
In the
I
middle of
was
something.
Can
pay for
can
it.
I get a cranberry juice, please?
Of course, of course.
This poor man.
We see the chain dragging behind him.
He's not in chains. But he's in metaphorical ones.
This poor guy.
Moonshine.
You get a cranberry juice. It's awesome. I don't know if you've ever had it,
Thank you, sir.
but of course.
Tabs is
let me
looking
go.
like she's like on the death's door right now.
Is there anything else you
She
guys
has
are
no
doing
idea what's
while
going on,
you're
but people
waiting?
have guns. It's like,
Other than drinking cranberry juice.
Still
Yeah,
chills.
Frankie would just go back and sit down.
Okay. All right. After a while, Jerry. would appear.
They probably heard over the loudspeaker.
Oh yes, that's right. Al would lower his. Oh crap! What's the name of the gun? Does not matter. I should
pew
know.
pew bang
Plasma
bang
gun?
Rudy Tooty
No,
punch.
it's a New Vegas thing. It's essentially a Reskinned Institute laser. Laser RCW. It's basically a Tommy gun.
It's a
but
Tommy
we
gun,
choose
but
lasers.
it's-
No.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
And it's in New Vegas. I love it.
As
Nice,
Jerry
yeah.
walks out of the elevator, he's gonna look at everybody smile, and he's gonna kind of glare at Al as he just walks by.
He's all-
Walks
Sticks
underneath.
his tongue out.
That's okay. Al is used to this. All right.
But trying to insinuate I'll remember that.
Yeah.
Jerry will remember this.
Looks like that's all dealt with. Anything else you guys need while you're here?
Take another brownie. I assume that
There
I
you
can
go.
make my way down and get my weapons and stuff. I take it and just like pat his hand and says, "You are great help," and I like give him a wink, but like on the opposite side of the person who
Right.
is probably nearby.
Yep.
So,
I'll allow it. You just got it. Yep.
all right.
At about this time, perfect timing, Barnes would come back in with a few of his men. All right, Frankie. I've put in the word. We'll get your friends out soon.
Okay.
Well, now where are you guys off to? We'll get your friends to.
We're off to see the
to
wizard,
beer.
the wonderful Wizard of Oz.
You could wait for them or
Well,
hang out here, get a room, whatever you want.
I think we have things we were trying to do?
Why did we come here first? I don't even remember.
Like,
Did,
no,
did we want to
yes.
get more equipment? Were
Pixie
we trying to
Dream.
radio
Vibes, I'm
someone?
like,
I think-
Did
I
we
know-
still want to do
We're
that?
gonna
I think
try
we-
to like radio someone to help Jules
Yeah.
and Margie.
And maybe we could still like if we I think the idea was radio
Cosmo.
yes, Cosmo, and just or like get to Armitage through or Cosmo through Armitage or something.
Right.
And basically
Yeah.
just I think Pix's mind would be, even though we have someone, it probably is good to like tell as many people the information that we can. So.
Did we decide that Jules' radio? Where is it?
All of her equipment is in the back of the van. It's just her Pip-Boy that's still on her.
Okay.
He does,
All right.
and doesn't he do the encoding or something? But wait, does it? I could, if you want, I could roll. For
You
this,
could use it
but
as a normal
if it was
long-range radio.
So like if it's on the same like range as them, we could say things to them, and even like they wouldn't like we wouldn't be using the codes, but we could communicate.
Yeah,
to them.
you can't communicate through Oracle, but you can
Oh.
communicate to other radios.
Right.
Okay.
So it's a normal radio, and with Polis agents, it
Okay.
uses the.
We can at least
cipher.
call Xanadu, probably.
Yeah.
All right.
You sure could.
Well, unless you've got stuff lying around, I think we were gonna make a trip to Treasureton.
What kind of stuff?
Well, I don't know. Probably could use a couple more stim packs.
Candy.
What do you guys need?
Ammo.
Write these down.
Ammo. Anyone need to fix this stuff? Fix the guns.
I mean, I could use some. I mean, if we just want to upgrade them, we can do that. Could use some more. 44? Is it just called that? Like
Yeah.
44
44
ammo?
44 Magnum.
Yeah, it was that ammo.
Yeah, I think this one's getting a little stuck every once in a while.
Is that the same one you used to use?
No, this one was given to me by DTL.
Oh yeah, they give people guns.
No, I took the scope off the old one.
Huh. That makes sense. Figure you want to get rid of that. Okay. Alright, so he's essentially. They can deliver on a silver platter pretty much any basic supply you might want. So, any amount of ammunition that you would like, that is sensible. I'll say no more than 30 bullets per person.
Can they
actually-
bring more Tato?
Frankie, okay, well we do have
We
the
need
partial
18
potatoes.
potatoes. Okay, here's what I'm gonna say. Who uses a pistol? You use 10 millimeter.
Mhm.
You can get 30 bullets.
Okay.
What pistol would you use it for? 44.
Yeah, she has
Okay.
the other. I think she has 2 others actually, but
What do you want ammo for?
it'd be the 44. That's
Okay,
the-
you can get 20 rounds of ammunition.
Okay,
It is more expensive than 10.
that makes sense.
Tabitha uses 308.
Yep.
You get 15 rounds.
Okay. Which I already had.
What about mods?
You're all guns users.
So,
You may get
Just estimating.
one mod
I'll keep track.
uh,
A lot more better.
that requires the Gunsmith 2 or Gun Nut 2 perk or below.
No, I
It's a
don't.
lot.
I don't have that written in the spreadsheet. I'll have to go look at the book.
Ah, yeah, sorry about that.
Okay.
Just one though. Man, that's been fun to include those as incentives rather than like I gotta get all the pieces and craft them or just buying them.
Doc, you need any chem refreshments?
Time out.
Yeah.
Am I? I'm a little
No, I like
confused. Is Jerry intended to go with them or to stay here with
Where
the
are we
mob?
going?
I don't think we're going anywhere. We were talking about
Vacay.
Treasureton, but like
What's
now they're
Treasureton?
giving
Thrift
us
store?
everything
Yeah.
that
So
they
you didn't
yeah, pretty
promise-
much.
I don't go to treasure.
He's kind of Polygoni's waiting for your friends to get back first before any sort of
So
discussion.
those two.
Mhm.
Yes.
Me and
Okay.
sadly departed Margie.
Okay.
I also should have impressed this a little bit more, but Nelson's not really interested in help that much. I mean, he'd be down if you want to be a full-on chemist with the mob.
We have
But
a
there's not
position.
anything you're really getting out of that other than a new
Great
job.
benefits.
So you would leave
Great
the
pay.
group and have a new job.
Our
as a
work
chemist, I
environment's
guess.
like family.
Yeah, so he doesn't have to stay. He
You
can
can't
just
quit or we'll
go
kill
with
you.
us.
Jesse Reed Cook.
This is slowly just turning into the Breaking Bad verse.
He really was not interested in bargaining at all for your help, and that's just not one of the chips for him. He'd happily make another deal with you. That would be like, yeah, if you could work for us, that'd be great. We'd pay you a lot more generously than DTL. But I would advise against choosing that because that would mean you're leaving the group.
Mhm.
Unless you have a backup character that you really want to be, that would also be an adequate DTL candidate.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to figure out how
Trying to
much.
keep one
I'm trying to
character alive.
keep myself necessary to them. I'm trying
Yeah.
to.
We'll go ahead and retcon that there was a conversation about what does help look like. One thing that he does want as part of the deal is dealing with the REV. You convinced them thoroughly that, wow, this is difficult. We're going to need to crack it and see what they have that's special. So we would want your help with that. But he doesn't want... You don't need to, report immediately to the chemist brigade of the mob and just start making meth. Sorry, this is Twitch. Jack.
Is that,
What?
is that,
They're
is that
hands.
really?
I
Yeah.
think... Let's see.
I thought buff out was the equivalent.
Could... No, Buffalo's like steroids.
It'd be like
Like-
Jet,
Well, if
Psycho.
you
Jet,
think
Psycho.
that
Psycho is a military drug, which they tend to use amphetamines. Anyways.
Mentats is like
Yeah.
cocaine.
Also, smart
Yeah,
computer
yep.
people in the
That's
Doom.
the smart people drug. All right, we'll talk more about drugs later.
No,
Talk
we
to
won't.
Chem.
Come back for more
And,
talk about
We're gonna
drugs.
follow up Chemfront.
I think we gotta go get some of our stuff from the van, Bonds.
Absolutely. I'll take you all back to the pier then. Whoop. Fuck it. Okay. Anything else you all want to take care of at Palmer House?
Do they ask for my glass back, or can I walk out with it?
You are walking out the door, and Candy says, "Oh wait, I need that glass back."
For you, Candy. She gives
Sorry,
it to him.
you know how hard it is to find a proper unscathed glass tumbler like this.
Mhm. Thanks for giving me the drink.
Of course. Do you want another one? You'd have to drink it quick. It'd have to be a shot.
No, I'm good.
cranberry
Okay.
shot.
Pigs, we gotta get your mom to the Crucible eventually too, right?
Mhm.
Crucible.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wait, so you guys need to go to the Crucible, and you also want your friends to escape the Crucible.
That's why
Yeah.
That's why we're going to the Crucible.
I thought they were just gonna meet.
Were they gonna? Where were?
They were just gonna
I
meet
thought
your
they
mom
were-
at a
Were they
station.
gonna meet her outside of?
They were going to get, the mob was going to get,
I meant the Brotherhood people who.
oh, Jules, I almost said Edna. Jules and Margie, and Avrancev
Yeah.
to the pier. But you could also just go to the Crucible and be like, hey, we're here for our friends,
Yeah.
and meet them at the gate. So it's up to
True.
you guys.
Yeah,
You're going to need to go to the pier to get your stuff, though, in the van.
so we'll get our stuff. Pixie's like, I mean, when we're like probably more private, you're like, I wouldn't mind us just if we can get them right off the bat. I don't know how crazy it's gonna be. I also don't mind if we stay here because it might be really crazy. I guess I would like to be close if stuff does happen though. But with my mom, did the Brotherhood say, like, was it take them to their headquarters and like she would get picked up there, or
I
was it like?
I want to say we were gonna put her on the Union line from Chicago, and she was gonna take the line down to somewhere where they were gonna meet her.
We could have the mob just take her down to the Crucible when they go to pick up Jules and Margie.
I don't know if the Brotherhood of Steel would appreciate that.
Pix wouldn't do
Well, we had a plan. We had a plan
Yeah,
with.
well, I'm trying to
Take-
remember what that
Take
was.
Margie and Pix down, because in order to get Jules and Margie up to where we are with the mob in Chicago, they're gonna have to go down to pick her up.
They'll handle that part. We had a plan to just send Mrs. Trench down the Union line, and they were gonna meet her at the station.
Yeah,
I
but
think
how are
so.
we gonna get to the? How are we gonna get there?
You don't have to get to the station, just the one in Chicago,
Oh, so,
So
there's one in
basically we
Chicago
go to the
that she can
Union
go on.
line.
where we were when you guys got shot.
Okay.
Oh,
Where
okay.
Panquest
Oh,
went.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I think Pig's like, okay, so I think the plan is we make it back there, we grab our stuff, we send out stuff, and then we'll wait till my mom is
Lucid.
aware, lucid, yeah, and then we'll take her to the train station. I'll see her off, and then from there we can kind of wait or make other plans.
Alright.
All right, let's go.
And then
Okay.
we've got a call to Xanadu to make.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know if we need to do that anymore.
I don't know if we need to. but
Pix is gonna
Did we
try
want
and
to?
do it.
Could be kinda
no matter
fun.
what.
Could be nice to talk to Cosmo.
Will the mob be able to pick it up if we talk to Xanadu?
Maybe, maybe not. There's no
Also,
guarantee that
Xanadu is
the
close
mob
with
is
the
listening to all
Mhm.
radio stations. All
Pix
the
is,
time.
I mean,
They're like,
I don't think we'll be
What?
saying
Oh,
anything
what?
that they won't.
Jerry's not going
know.
to say anything then until we
Okay.
get to the van and are
Okay.
out of earshot of
Yeah.
of everyone.
Okay.
Mhm.
He's just going to say, everything's all right. The family's good with us.
I do not know what just
We have an
happened, but we had a
understanding.
whole lot of guns pointed at us, and then we didn't, and then I got a whole lot of really good snacks. And I don't know what is going on, but we're not, like, gonna die, are we?
No, of course not.
It's called being manipulative.
No, but yeah.
No, I've come to
Okay.
an understanding with Mr. Polignani.
That's the feller in charge of this crime ring, right?
Yes.
Okay.
They're just fancy raiders.
She's like, for what?
They're businessmen, they're businessmen, and we've come to an understanding. Now let's go back to the van.
She's like, they're fancy.
Anything else you guys want to say while walking back to the pier?
That was intended to be secret. I was not going to say that in front of the mob.
Oh no, that's fair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't worry about
So
it.
like, yeah, when we're in private. Yeah. So I guess that's when we either reach
They're
the
just
van or we
fancy
enter the
raiders,
van.
ain't that
or
right,
something.
Barnes?
They're right behind. Yeah. Oh yeah. But yeah, we reach there. Once we do reach the van, I think I don't know what stuff we need to grab, but Pix would try and get in the back.
I mean,
Once
you
she
can
gets
take
her
the
stuff.
van if you want.
Oh. All right, we reach the van.
We're at the van.
It is unscratched.
Nice, good job.
Oh, you did fine.
I'm gonna get into the back, and I'm gonna just say to everyone, like, okay, I'm gonna try and contact Xanadu.
You get out Jules's radio. You extend the antenna very, very high, like
Okay.
8 feet up in the air.
Cool. Do I get to do a roll?
Yes. Repair. This is a radio. Difficulty of 1.
Okay, repair.
Intelligence repair.
Okay. We're going for 10s. We got nuns. Thing. I should have looked at the book I had.
Yeah, you're maybe a little bit new to radios.
I look out and say, I look at all of us and like try and scan who's the most like technological. I think smartest. I think I look at his who else is with us again? We have
Courtland
Courtland.
and
Courtland's
your
with
mom.
You guys.
Cortland
Very
feels
cool.
like a guy who would know radios, so I also look at him and do you know how to use radios?
I sure do. Want me to show you how?
Sure.
Okay. Well, it's really easy. Do you know how radios work? How radio waves behave?
No.
They're really amazing. It's just
Is it like the
sound.
sea?
It is like the sea. Yeah, that's how the waves work. Yeah, they do have waves. He would give you a whole science lesson.
What
on it.
is the
He's
sea?
He is becoming Pix's dad.
I've
Yeah,
only
you
read the
slowly but
stories.
Never
surely.
seen this.
I've only heard stories. Is it like a puddle? Anyway, yes.
All right. He would extend the radio, and you may now speak to the
Okay.
channel that you were given for Xanadu.
Right. Hello, this is Pix. I really want Pix to just be like, "Hello, this is Big Trench," but no. Hello, this is Pix Trench. I'm trying to contact Xanadu, looking for someone who's there. Hello. Hey.
Hello,
Hello. Who is this? Is this Xanadu?
this is Bartholomew.
It's-
You've reached Xanadu.
Oh, good. Oh, Bartholomew. Oh, hey, good to see you. Okay, I'm looking for Cosmo. I'm wondering if she's here. I don't know. Do you need
The
to put me-
Cosmopolitan is not here tonight. Sorry.
Dang. Do you know when she's back?
No, she doesn't give us a schedule.
Ask if Lady Armitage knows where she went.
Does Lady Armitage know where she went?
She would love to, but she does not.
Okay.
I can relay a message
Hmm.
if she would appear.
Uh,
The Cosmopolitan, that is.
all right. Hold on a second. I gotta check something.
He's the best
I go
little
to them and say,
administrative
so they
assistant.
said we could leave a message. Should we just say like, Jewel, just let them know like Jewel got separated from the party? Is that yeah? Because I mean,
I don't know. I think this is gonna get resolved pretty quickly. If Cosmo's not back in the next day or two, it's not gonna matter.
So maybe I
anyways.
just maybe I could say, hey, like that's what's happening. We're probably gonna resolve it. Just
Hello?
FYI.
You are breaking up.
Oh,
Oh, I hear you now.
sorry. Hey. I kind of look and I'm like, okay. Yeah, you could leave just a message. Basically, Miss Ortega got her and her belongings got taken to headquarters of Brotherhood of Steel.
Oh no.
We're probably gonna. We have some possible leads to deal with that.
We just wanted to let Cosmo.
Just wanted to let Cosmo know. No, she's she seems to know Miss Ortega.
Why was she taken? Lady Armitage requests tea.
I love Sally so much.
Is she there? Or is she just waving you down?
Would you give tea if she was?
Well, maybe what I could say is I think that's more personal business, but let Lady Armitage
Lady
know.
Armitage loves personal business.
I know. Tell Lady Armitage
Lady Armitage.
if there's another chance to give tea, I would love to give some tea. But I think this is
personal business.
Hey,
Hello,
Lady
who is
Armitage.
this?
I was just saying that I think some things might be a little personal, so I can't share them. But maybe if I ask the person, maybe I can kind of give that to you later.
We'd love to share it in person the next time we're up there.
Oh, hi, Frankie. What's going on with you? Did your brother find you?
Yeah, we found him. We're up in Chicago right now.
How was the reunion? Was it dramatic?
It was,
Very dramatic.
yeah, very dramatic.
Yeah. he
Not what
tried to
I was
kill us.
expecting.
Oh. Well, you guys should pop on down here and give me all the deets, I'd say.
Next time we stop by, we certainly will.
Oh, good. Good, good,
Definitely
good.
looking
You
forward to
should.
it.
One
Everything
of you
doing?
should fight. I need to root for one of you in the ring.
I don't do kill people, but if there's a different
you don't
kind,
have to kill people,
Okay.
unless the crowd tells you to.
well,
they demand
that's
blood.
that would be the thing I wouldn't be for, but definitely.
Is
How's
anybody
everything
good at
doing
writing
good over
rap
there?
verses?
As always.
Nice, very good. Anyway, hope to spill tea soon with you.
I can't write rap music, but if anybody's
Not
got
real tea,
poetry-
gossip tea.
Darling, I know what you mean.
Nice. All right, bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Okay, goodbye. Big thanks for effort to say goodbye. All right, bye bye.
Wow.
Wow.
For a den of sin and coliseum and resort, Xanadu's a really chill place. Except for the fights.
It's weird.
I mean, you were the one running laser shows for him. You should know.
No. Yeah.
Or what?
It's kind of.
What's up with that? You're a weatherman, but you know a lot about lasers, lights, cameras,
No.
actions.
Lights is mostly. Honestly, that was something I was kind of new to. That's actually why the elves kidnapped me. Was they said I was sciencey enough to learn their lighting system. They have this whole theme park called Holiday Land.
Yeah, that
And it
makes
was.
sense.
Oh.
Truly
a fate
it was
worse
just
than
having.
death.
They wanted to up their presentation, and so I
You know, I
learned
used
their
to
lighting
like
system.
Christmas. Then I met
That
the
was
elves.
not the
Yeah.
best working environment, but they gave me as a gift to Xanadu, and I don't know. I'd never really done it before, but it's really fulfilling work. It's all about rhythm, you know, setting the light right on every single scene. It's good. It was weird doing it for fights, but I don't know. Liked the rhythm of it all.
Okay. I go.
Are we
All right,
in
who's-
private?
how we get out?
You're in the van right now.
Mhm.
So the mob can't hear us.
No, we speak low.
No.
We turn on the car. It's.
Cranking up the crop duster.
I like the idea that it's definitely
That's
like
what
a.
he
It's
did.
like a. It's not gasoline, but it just feels like it is. It's just.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It's not
That's-
very
Yep.
old bad gasoline. Yeah.
All right, Frankie.
Well, Cosmo seemed like a bust, but I guess the mob's got it under control, hopefully.
They do. We have a few other issues now. I had to give them the recipe.
Okay.
No,
That's all right. I mean, it doesn't work, right? Not without the virus.
They
Not
know.
without the fun. They don't have the funny.
They know a little bit about the virus.
The mob doesn't have the funny. He's
I
right.
misled them to believe that, in addition to the new formula, that Gnosis had also developed a new virus. So as far as they know, they need to capture someone from Gnosis. I told them to specifically target Minos.
Feel like that was totally not personal
And-
at all and completely objective.
But once they have a subject, I mean, it would take a while, but they would be able to replicate it eventually. So, we now have to, I'm thinking perhaps bring Pip near enough that he can hack into their terminals, delete all the data they have on the formula, and then we have to kill the chemists.
Doc, do you know where you are right now?
I'm pretty aware, Frankie.
Bless you.
Bless you.
I mean, I think Pip could hack stuff, sure, but can't just run in guns a-blazing and shoot down all their chemists.
No.
They're just innocent people. They're people the mob's either kidnapped or forced to work. I'm sure some of them are fine with it, but you can't just run in and shoot everyone because they know something.
I wasn't thinking of shooting.
Okay, listen, that's not good.
Listen.
Like that. This.
Or we could try to infect everyone with a virus.
Wait, who are we killing? Why we gotta kill him?
We're
Why would we infect them with any virus?
Well, suppose that all of the chemists, if we found some way to give them all the FEV and mutate them.
Why are we mutating?
When it comes.
We don't have that, do we?
Why are we mutating
Uh,
people? I think I missed
I don't think even you would have that in possession.
No, I know he doesn't
Okay.
have it in possession, but
a man can
Yeah, you
dream.
can look for it. Yeah.
so.
Bartholomew, we need your help.
I get that
Where'd
we
you
need
come
to
from?
wipe, or even just have him manipulate the formula. So that's different.
they have the formula.
I know.
If
I
we
mean-
wipe it on their terminals, their scientists could still recreate it at this point once they've read it.
You said. I've been thinking about this. You said that they need the virus to activate the formula. Formula is useless without the virus.
The alternative is a vaccine.
Okay. Yeah, that's something I was thinking about. If the virus is just a sickness, if it's like that, then if we cure it, then we could stop the whole. Like Gnosis has built their whole thing on a virus, and people have figured out how to kill those things, right? That's what
Sort
the
of.
old stories say.
Yes.
Or maybe.
You have to consider, though, that Gnosis isn't just C24. Gnosis is Radamanthus.
Mhm.
The
But-
mob needs to go, but Gnosis needs to definitely go sooner.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, but even if a man has a knife, you shoot the gun out of his hand first.
No, you shoot the man. So that he
Listen, no.
Does he have a
no,
gun or a
listen.
knife?
If a man has a really powerful Tommy gun, you shoot the hand first.
you shoot him in the head and kill him so he can't shoot him.
Guns
mean-
don't work like that.
Wait,
Not
are
You
we-
can shoot someone in the head and they don't die. We've seen it several
is
times.
the guy trying to kill us first, or
This
like
is a bad
he
reason.
just
All
walking
right.
around with a Tommy gun like in his pocket?
Don't you think that the mob should be gone? What
They
good
don't
do
sound
do?
like good people, but there's a lot of them,
I know, and I'm not
and they're
saying.
kind of scary. And I don't know if like, our little group can take down a whole group like
Listen,
that.
we already know what Gnosis can do with C24. Can you imagine what the mob will do with it?
So why'd you give it to him?
Because they would have killed us
Yeah.
if I didn't.
Fair.
Mm.
Additionally, I believe they can be of use in destroying Gnosis, which is
So we want to get rid of this chem, and we want to get rid of the mob. We want to get rid of your brother.
So your brother's deal never went through, then?
no.
Is your brother in league with the mob?
No. So, I did not tell the mob that.
Why don't we turn them against
Gnosis.
each other and they can kill each other?
That's why I
Watch.
didn't tell Gnosis that the mob plans to take, or that I didn't tell the mob that Gnosis plans to take over.
Gnosis
don't
plans
we-
to take over the mob?
Why don't we
Yes.
turn them against each other and then they can fight each other and we can watch? You know,
My
like when you
thought-
make two roosters fight in a chicken yard, you can just watch, and then they do all the work, and then we're all like, "Oh, look at that!"
Those were my thoughts exactly. So, I set them to kidnap
Look at that.
Minos.
Chickens.
As much as I'd love to see that go through, I think if we could find a way to let Gnosis know what's coming.
Like be like a,
We
what's
s-
it called? Like a double agent where we go to Gnosis and say, "Oh, mob's gonna kill you," and then we go to the mob and say, "Oh, Gnosis is gonna kill you," and then they fight like roosters.
We're starting a war. And
Mm.
that's the point. Both need to go, but we can't destroy either one on our own.
Well, yeah, there's what, like 6 of us? 1, 2, 3. Plus Corner Cobb. He's got 2 heads.
If
Plus
the
dog.
mob's gonna take, if the plan for Gnosis is to take over the mob, that means that I don't think they could just come in, shoot everyone, and be like, we're kings now. They would have to overthrow and have someone from the mob do it, which means they have people in the mob.
I know.
So I think something that we should probably do is we talk to Barnes, and you, probably Frankie, you're the best one to do it.
What if we got all of them together in one place, and then like had a bomb or something?
Listen, we don't want.
That could work.
Could work. We can say, "Hey,
You
we're
got
gonna
it.
fight you at this
You're
time,"
thinking,
and
girl.
then they
You're
show
thinking.
up, and then we like drop something on them.
We don't want to
Boom.
give the mob too big an advantage over Gnosis. So I think
Who's more powerful?
The mob.
the mob
Yeah.
right now.
That's what I
Mhm.
think, but I'm
So-
just checking.
If we let Gnosis have the upper hand in information and make sure the mob keeps the upper hand in muscle, I think we can keep them fighting for a bit. Give us time to figure out what to do.
I'm worried.
I vote we call it Operation Rooster Fight.
I do like that. I am worried that Gnosis is going to be using, their main thing is going to be using people that they know and control. So if we don't tell anyone, I don't think that's going to be it. But if we can convince Barnes, say, hey, this is something to look out for, he's kind of clearing the system just in case, making sure everything's okay inside the mob, then that means they can't take over. Because
Or
they're going to be using like people and information and stuff to take over. So
We let-
we need to try and stop that somehow.
well, we could. First, though, if there are people having infiltrated the mob, they might very well notify Gnosis of our deal and of the mob's intentions to kidnap Minos, which would allow it would allow Gnosis to survive the mob's first strike.
Mhm.
After that, we can let the mob know that we've discovered that Gnosis seems to have a plan to take over the mob.
Mhm.
We let them start fighting first. The first strike has the potential to be decisive. We don't want it to be. We want this to wear both sides down through attrition.
What if one side finds out that we're, double crossing and they trace stuff back to us?
Mhm.
What do we do then? Say the mob figures out that one of us is telling information to the other guys.
I was
Either
about
way-
to say we can't stay here. We need to.
Yeah.
We need to move.
But I'm just
Me
saying,
too.
what if they trace it back and
Either
they're
way.
like, "Oh, it's that guy."
Either way, they both,
I
at
know
some
who
point
we
in the
are.
future, will be trying to kill us, whether we do this or not. This way, they're also fighting each other
Mhm.
and won't be able to devote all of their energy and resources to finding just us.
Where's the safest place to go?
It'd be better if we could get the Brotherhood involved in this conflict as well.
Then they can all fight each other.
Although that's another wild card that I don't want to include yet.
Well, let's tell the Brotherhood that the Gnosis and the mob both have some pre-war technology.
We'd have to be more specific.
We can
and
tell them
also,
that Pip's working for the mob.
We-
and
We
then
don't
they can
want-
go kill
we don't want the Brotherhood to get a hold of C-24
I'm just
either.
thinking out loud, guys.
I think we make plans for what we need to do right now, and we'll wait till we're all together before we make final decisions.
If we
But
need to
I think
involve the
we-
Brotherhood, we could tell them that they got another one of them little fellas like Pip, but he's like
Mhm.
even more powerful, and then like send the Brotherhood it.
And he's like a big guy.
Yeah.
It's not like a little guy.
It's
He's on a
a
big computer.
it's a card that we should hold to play
Yeah,
later.
but worst case scenario, we could tell him, hey, they got one of them little fellas, and he's planning on taking over the world, and the mob, you should go blow the mob up.
All I wanted to say was the pieces are in place for us to make some moves.
I also
Now we
want
can
to
wait until Jules is here, but we need
Yeah.
to
Oh, yeah.
be careful.
also we
She's
need to
super
remember
smart.
the storm
you
is
guys,
growing.
I'm sure, all
This is
big brain.
this is definitely, I think, something that could cause problems.
Yes.
But the storm is also
Oh
something we need to keep an eye on, because that's something that will kill everything if you're not careful.
See, a conflict between Gnosis and the mob would also buy us time to deal with the storm.
Yes, I agree that
before
that's
we-
not. I think that's good. I think you've done everything that's good so far. I'm concerned about Gnosis's takeover of the mob, and I want someone who is a ghoul, because they're not going to work with ghouls, who's smart enough to know to use people they can trust, aka probably ghouls, to kind of just keep the information side, be fighting kind of information war.
Yes.
In-
But for right
Info
now, what do we need to do currently? We need to probably leave when we can. Should we just go now? They're coming here. Should we just
We need to wait for
park
them.
outside of town? Or?
We can't alert the mob that we're trying to escape.
So wait, I might have missed something. Is the mob... Wait, how are we getting Jules and Margie back? They're captured.
I made a deal with
Because I don't think you told the plan to.
I made a deal with
Yeah.
9 Lives.
Wait,
to
this
have,
is something my character would not know.
I made a deal with 9 Lives to have Julian and
Oh, so you gave him that chem recipe, and then now they're gonna
well,
let
in
him...
exchange for that and for them not killing all of us.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Bonds was already doing that.
I know, but wait a minute, he was killing us?
No, he was gonna get Jules and Margie out of the Crucible. That's what I was talking to him before about 4 hours.
And this is
and
why
he walked in.
communication is important.
Did you tell Jerry that?
I
We're going
think
to
I think
assume-
Frankie
we're gonna
said
assume
he had
no.
it covered, but I
Okay.
He had it covered, couldn't mean anything.
It makes more sense for
Could
it
be
to be
talking
in
about
that one's
insurance.
face, just 'cause
no, it
Otherwise-
could be
Talking
it could be
about umbrellas.
additional resources to Bonds
Yeah.
as well. So
Listen, I got the leader of the mob involved in it.
I think that's not
So-
a bad idea.
I think it's more likely to get done successfully. More strings that he can pull. And that wasn't the only thing we were risking. We were risking all of our lives. And
I know.
I didn't want to risk Mrs. Trench especially because she shouldn't be involved in this.
Speaking of which, she's asleep in the back of the van. now.
what about
Cuddling
Vault-Tec?
up with the suit of power armor.
What about Vault-Tec though?
That's not true.
We still need to
No, that's fine.
we
Yeah.
still need to go there, right? And find something.
What do we need to find?
We needed to go investigate Vault-Tec headquarters for information about the storms.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
You know
right.
the main
we need
plot?
to we need to do that
Hey, it's Fallout.
while we still have
Thou shalt
some
get distracted by
some
random
safety
bullcrap every
in
time.
Chicago. If we start some if you try and start something between the mob and Gnosis and the Brotherhood, we might just have to skedaddle without it.
I suppose we could just go straight up to the heart of the storm and look.
Which is more important, the storm or
I think if we
Operation
need
Rooster Fire?
things when we get to the heart of the storm, that might be important too. And I think we'll need everyone back if we do go to the headquarters in case they have a security system or things that we don't understand. We'll need the whole team together.
I might suggest making sure that everything is taken care of before going into the heart of the storm.
Mhm.
Solely for the fact that it's going to be intense going in. We're going to be running low on supplies. We're not going to be able to get new ones. And if we are not able to deal with the weather in the center of the storm, getting back out of it would prove incredibly difficult.
Sorry, I was
That's-
thinking. I was looking off in the middle.
It's not even a metagame reason of like, don't begin the final mission until you. No,
Is
it's
there
just
any
like,
is there any
Literally,
stop
yeah.
between
No, that makes
Chicago
sense.
and going up to Michigan? Or is it like
you would have to cut through Minnesota and Wisconsin, just Wisconsin.
okay.
Okay. So we
But-
need to get.
Yeah.
So we
also
could
put
get
the-
supplies outside of Chicago.
Oh yeah, you
that's
can.
what I was getting
outside
at.
of the
Okay.
storm. Yeah, yeah. You could totally leave Chicago. I'm just saying, like, if you're going to the eye of the storm, if you can't fix the weather in the eye of the storm, you're gonna have to get back through the entire storm. So
It's probably good that we get
two trips essentially.
we need all the information. Probably beforehand would probably be best.
In retrospect, did I get any supplies? Because I thought I was staying.
What kind of stuff? Oh, stim
Stim
packs.
packs.
Yes, those were requested. You get 4 stim packs.
Okay.
They have a little bit of jet in them. No, they don't. That'd be funny though.
We're like, wow, this stim pack's great.
They're like, it's like you're gonna pick up one. It's like, no, that's the ones that have the gen in them. You can take
Yeah.
these ones. That's for our guys.
It's like in real life, I didn't know that Sudafed is an ingredient for meth in real life, and I took some Sudafed because I had a cold, and I worked a 8-hour shift, and it went by like that, and I was like, wow, that was a fast time. My mom was like, that's because you took an ingredient that, you know, they usually put in meth. Just,
There you go.
yeah.
I also need to find a lab.
Yeah, that would be something you would get access to if you want to work. If you want to use the mob's lab. They got a great one.
Problem is, can I work on a vaccine in their lab?
They'd probably be interested. What are you working on?
Yeah.
That's
I
why.
gotta find a
That's why
place.
we need
It's a
another
risk.
lab.
Yeah, so we need to find it. Okay, so we need lab. That's one of the things that we need. And I could probably go for like a workshop or something.
You think there'd be a lab at Vault-Tec?
Maybe we can
Could
check.
be, honestly. If I'm
My
correct, then they probably had to have some place to facilitate or like look at like samples of things that they wanted to do in the vaults.
suppose we combined our ideas. I made a variant of the virus that is easily infectious person to person.
Mhm.
You know, something similar to a cold or the flu, but
Mhm.
something that would produce antibodies in the person that would also respond to the standard version of REV.
Mhm.
When you told Nelson that it was like a 1 in a million chance to get the REV, was that true?
It wasn't that extreme. He was stretching it and trying to make it sound like, oh, you can't do this, or like, mainly you can't jump from my version to the new version.
Okay. Sorry, I did
That
not know
doesn't
that was
exist.
a deception. Could we roll a check for that, please? Deception check. One success from Nelson.
Okay, I am going to use my smooth talker perk to
Alright.
re-roll that nat 20,
Oh, yeah.
Boy.
and I'm going to use a luck point to re-roll
Oh.
that because that's the white die.
It's not been treating you
Jail.
well.
Jail for 1,000 years.
2 successes.
Okay, you're good.
Mm. Okay.
At this point, we will go back to Julian. Doo, doo. So,
I have plans once I'm not being observed anymore.
yeah, it is still one knight and one scribe in this room. Remkel is trying his best, her best to crack your Pip-Boy, but I'm keeping the check from earlier.
Do you both agree with DaCosta in his assessment of what Pip can do?
Ma'am, that's for the head paladin to decide. We've been instructed not to talk to you, so this is the last thing I'm going to say.
Hmm. There's nothing I can really say to them. Then I'm probably just going to wait this out.
Okay. It is complete silence for about an hour. Until an hour. Roll a perception check and a endurance survival check.
Okay. So perception what? Perception survival?
Correct.
The perception is a success and a nat 20.
Okay.
The endurance survival is 1 success.
One success. I'm telling you this so that you may use luck points to reroll anything if you want. The difficulty of the perception check is hidden. The difficulty of the endurance survival check is 3.
I don't. That's not an option for me unless I get a nat 1. So I think I'll go ahead and hold the roll.
Okay. Because of the silence, it takes you a while to notice. But you would see Scribe Rumkel cough a little bit. And then so would the knight. And then you would feel your own throat itchy.
I'm gonna try and hold my breath as long as I can.
Okay. That's where I'm incorporating that survival
Yeah,
test.
yeah. Not that I'm good at it. I am, in fact, an egghead.
Mars is just filling the room with peanut oil.
Peanut oil.
You would see, boom, the scribe just crash her head into the keyboard in front of her, fall unconscious.
Okay, that's gonna be good.
The knight appears to be holding his breath.
Can I kind of try at the restraints a little bit, see if there's anything I can do?
Strength or agility, athletics or lockpick. Athletics is just break them. Lockpick is
Okay.
break your thumb or something.
Agility, lockpick. 1.
One success? No. Difficulty
right.
is 4.
Ooh.
This is heavy duty equipment.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. Gotta be Houdini to get out of these. Alright. No, they're not budging. The knight is still up. And you fall unconscious.
Could I, as I'm feeling myself drift off, Pip, whatever happens next, I just need you to take care of this. I'm not going to be able to stay awake much,
Oh.
and I'm going to probably
Okay.
fall
what?
asleep.
What? Alright. You fall unconscious. Last thing you think you see/hear is the door opening. You don't know how much time has progressed. When you awake, you would feel an arm behind you, essentially. What's that called? Not just hobbling. Someone essentially walking with you, and you know what you do with someone that's wounded or something like that.
As I start to come to, I'm going to kind of shove them off.
You look at this person. She's wearing a respirator, so you can't see her mouth. And it is a little cloudy, but it is irrefutable. This is Marion.
Oh! You got here fast.
Hello. Good morning.
What time is it?
Just about 20 seconds after I took you out of the room.
How did you get here that fast?
Guess I was in the neighborhood.
Are you...
Are you conscious? Fully? Can you walk?
Yeah, I'll be fine.
It's hard to walk.
I
You're
catch myself
still-
on a wall.
Ooh. Pep, do you think you could make some kind of distraction? Maybe take a look? Their terminals?
See if you can use the power armor, maybe lock any doors that you can. Just make
okay.
it as hard as possible for them to move.
All right.
You could lock down their flight systems, maybe turn down their weaponry.
I'll take a look. All right, roll a hacking check. Partial successes.
Okay. Is there any cap on what effects I could get? How many successes is like 6? Is like good.
2 successes is the bare minimum. That would
Okay.
allow doors to open.
So that would be 1 because it's reduced by 1 with my hacker feat.
Okay. 3/2 would be you can lock doors. That could include. No, I shouldn't be able to. I shouldn't tell you what successes will get you. Bare minimum
Okay.
is 2.
Okay. So I have an automatic +1. And after that, that's 2, and that is nothing. So including the, I guess, +1 I get with hacker, that's gonna be 3.
3, including the +1.
Yeah. Could have done better.
Okay.
But it's not bad.
Okay, I can open and close doors. Woo! Guess whose terminal's on the network?
I'm sorry, say it again.
Guess whose terminal's on the network?
Who's
DaCosta.
good? Get anything you can.
Okay. Downloaded. Oh.
Can you alert?
We'll read those later.
Can you alert Margie using her Pip-Boy?
Yeah. Who? Says Marion.
My friends, Margie and Nico, they're in here too.
I didn't know there was someone else. I'm just gonna have to get you out right now.
Okay,
We can
Pip.
deal with them later.
Pip, can you help them in any way?
I can't reach their Pip Boys. Weird. Huh.
How many floors down are we from them? Would I know?
12.
Oh.
If you're counting lower levels as
Okay.
floors.
Just create as much of a distraction as you can. Maybe they'll take the opportunity. If not, it's not them the Brotherhood needs.
Okay. Looks like I've only got access to doors in the basement, unfortunately.
Okay,
But
just do whatever
hey,
you
that'll
can.
still be helpful. Close them off and help us get a route to the depot outside. That's where I've got transportation.
All right.
You would see in this prison, there are numerous Brotherhood guards that are unconscious.
Is there a terminal anywhere nearby that I could maybe manually help Pip out with doing something to alert Margie and Nico with?
There is a terminal. Yeah, there's a terminal.
Just give me 2 minutes to take a look
We
at
need to move
this.
fast. Are you sure this is a good idea?
I can't just leave them here without knowing.
Okay.
Just 2 minutes. If that doesn't work, then we'll get out.
Do it in one.
All right. That is, including the +1, that's a 3.
Okay.
Can I, like,
Yeah, it's the same thing.
set off alarms on a different floor or something?
It appears that this terminal is in a local access network.
Okay.
There's nothing more you can. Okay, time's up.
Yeah, all right, nothing
And
I can do
Marion
here.
would drag you away. Roll. Roll an agility sneak check.
Oh, I'm not good at that. All right. Oh, not bad. Critical success.
Nice. Marion got 2 successes as well, normal. You all keep to the shadows, thankfully. She would lead you up a couple flights of stairs, then up a ramp into an area that looks like it is, in fact, a depot. There are trucks and trains and storage containers, and she would lead you towards a truck with a storage container on the back of it with an open door. Okay, get in. This is my transportation.
This is a lot more subtle than I was expecting from you.
Well, I'm subtle when I have to be.
I'll get
Get
in.
in. And she would close the door behind you and would pound, boom, 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 on the front of it. And the truck would start moving.
Is she in it?
Yeah, she's in it.
Okay.
She yeah.
Okay.
She's like, bye.
How on earth did you do that?
What do you mean how? You saw all of it. Just some sleeping gas, a little bit of coercion with the driver here. Negotiation, not coercion, sorry.
What are you doing in Crucible?
I could ask you the same question.
Well, I told you that much.
Right, you're under duress. Well,
You know, I think DaCosta would have liked to see you.
oh yeah? What makes you say that?
Said as much.
Well, I guess he's gonna have to miss me then. Well, it's good to see Pip's out alive. Oh, sorry. One thing that she would have given is a microfusion battery.
Oh.
So that.
Well, I mean, they
that would've
had him
been-
on in order to try and.
He was plugged in,
Oh, okay, I see.
so it's not portable. Yeah. So
Thank you.
she gave you portable power. Julian,
Yeah.
I think I did something wrong.
What happened?
I checked. I checked Acosta's terminal. You should probably read it yourself.
I
It
will.
would be. You would see there are 4 things on this on this terminal that were downloaded.
Okay.
After action report, Union Station. After action report, Xanadu. Infiltration unit deployment roster, and response email, Silas Montrosen.
I'm gonna read that one first.
You click it. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Caught you, Hephaestus. I'm sorry, I read it, which was probably the wrong thing to do, even if it wasn't a trap.
We're out now. He wouldn't have forgiven you no matter what you did.
I know, but now he has evidence. Those other files on there are bunk, too. It's nothing valuable.
Well, we're not going to let them catch us again, are we?
No. I hope not.
I forgot precautions, Pip. We're going to work on some measures to keep you out of their hands. Even if they find us again. I haven't been careful enough. I got a little lax after all the time we were safe.
I sure hope we're safe. Don't worry, I'm sure we can create some distance with you all now. I take it you're gonna want to get your friends back?
I don't know what the Brotherhood's going to do to them. I mean, they have no real reason to do anything to them except for me, and I don't think DaCosta has enough influence to do anything to them to try and lure me back.
Do they have anything that the Brotherhood might find guilty on them? Any technology, any dangerous things? Dangerous.
I think if they play their cards right, they're going to be fine.
But if they don't?
It's possible they might take objection to some of Nico's work.
What has your work done?
I can kind of glance at the wall with the Brotherhood guy on the other side. Is it decently insulated?
It looks like it. Don't worry. It's a couple inches of steel.
Sure. He's working on virtual reality. He's interested in developing an AI to pull memory and extrapolate. It's nothing that I think they could find dangerous, but it might be advanced enough that they'd be concerned. I don't know what's going to take them off.
Is he in on your current mission with...
No,
your
he's
current
just kind of
mission?
been along.
Okay. And
Series of coincidences, really.
And what about that mission? Is there anything that could be guilty with that?
I've already told them a story I think they believed. They shouldn't have any cause to pull deeper on that.
Are you positive?
Not.
Is there any tech involved with it?
Well, yes, but nothing that they're going to be able to unravel. I've given them an answer. I think they bought it. Margie isn't even here as a suspect. They really can't question her.
But they could. They could. Were you tortured at all?
No.
They could do the same for her, though. You said you're confident that they couldn't unravel it. What is it?
We think that the storms across the Midwest aren't natural, that they're being caused by some kind of pre-war tech.
You don't think this is just something natural?
No. That's what Marvin Delroy thought, and he sent us to investigate posthumously.
And is this just some suspicion, or is there hard evidence that they might find in interrogation?
I don't think they have enough cause to interrogate Margie for anything like that to come out. I don't think they know to be suspicious of it. I told him it's just a shell mission, which it is. I told him it's a means to try and track weather patterns in order to gain maneuverability for DTL's caravans. I think he bought that.
Right. But hard evidence, though. Is there...
Do you mean on Margie's Pip-Boy or something?
Yeah, or, you know, a name or a place. Rather than just, we're tracking the weather. Is there any, we are going here to find this?
No, I didn't tell them anything like that.
Then there is something then. You've confirmed. There's something controlling the weather?
That's what we've been led to believe. We're still investigating.
Is it anything close to them? Do you think they could catch it?
No, I don't think they have any reason to be suspicious. We've played our cards very tight to the chest.
And you think even if they pushed Margie, there's nothing that they could find?
I don't think they need to know. They would even know to push Margie in the first place.
Is it something another faction's working on? Or is it, you said it's pre-war?
Marion, this isn't the time to talk about this. We need to work on getting them out if we're going to get them out, and reconvening with the rest of my group if not.
These things might be more important than your group, though.
My group are the ones that are handling it. You can trust me for that.
Not exactly. Marion's gonna take off her respirator. See, her mouth looks slightly different. Boom, boom. Marion pounds on the front of the car. It stops immediately. Well, that's enough for me, says DaCosta, disguised as Marion.
Pip, is there anything you can do? Any systems in this truck you could use?
I'm not picking up any tech. He doesn't have anything on him.
I'm going to whip out my laser pistol if I still have it. They took it?
You were interrogated.
Oh, okay. Can I run?
You can try to escape.
I will.
He got a surgery.
What?
Yeah, that's good.
He's dedicated. This isn't any tech. He got a full-on surgery. Okay, not full-on surgery. Facial surgery.
He's gonna look like Marion for the rest of his life.
I mean, it's called being obsessed.
I mean, he could change her back.
DaCosta, you look so womanly today.
Correct. It's very easy to have facial reconstruction surgery in the following.
Okay. Did I see how the doors close? Is there any way to lock them from the outside?
You could open them.
I'm gonna. I guess the only thing I could do is try and commandeer the truck. Is the guy up front wearing power armor?
So this is a container. So there's not any entrance to the what's that called? Carriage, I guess, to the front. So this is like, think of it like a storage container that you see on a ship.
Yep.
There is no.
Well,
If you wanna see the
I am
front, you
gonna
have to
jump
see.
out and I'm gonna run around and see if there's any way I could like
Okay.
overpower the guy in front.
Roll a quick agility check to try and escape DaCosta. Difficulty of 1.
Agility.
Athletics.
Could I argue?
Lockpick.
Okay, if it's lockpick, I could do it. 1.
Open door. Lockpick. 1 success?
Yep.
Okay. You undo the latch quickly on the back door and jump out of the truck.
I'm gonna run around
You
and.
would see a dozen Brotherhood soldiers surrounding this truck.
Brought all
I
this
have to
just for me.
admit, This is one of the more difficult interrogations I've ever done. But it worked. Cuff her. Put her in the prison. You are going to be bound. Are you resisting?
I mean, there's not much I can do against a dozen guys.
What's causing the weather storms? What's
I
this
don't
pre-war
owe
tech?
you anything.
Well, you see, earlier I didn't have actionable intel. Now I do. He's gonna pull out a gun. What is it?
You shoot me, you get nothing.
And if I don't shoot you, I get nothing.
I'm sure you could find a way. Shooting me isn't going to do it.
What about shooting this? Holds up a gun to the pit boy. I have solid evidence to summarily execute this thing here and now.
He was defending himself.
Weapons can often be used for defense.
People can often be used as weapons. He is not different from that.
What is his potential? Much, much more.
He's not going to be used for anything like that.
There's no guarantee of that. There's nothing you can say to persuade me on this subject now. I know this Pip is the same threat as its enemy. Now, you're gonna tell me about what the greater threat is, or else Pip goes the way of Pomp Conservatory. It's a little weird seeing Marion say this.
It's just something that we found on a terminal. It's a project that Voltec was working on before the war. We don't even know for sure if that's what's causing it. It's hearsay. It's
What company
conjecture.
made it?
It's a Voltec project. Or no, it's a Poseidon Energy project.
And it's Voltec, technically. What are you doing in Chicago?
Our friend's mother was here to get a surgery from the mob.
I don't know if that's a fib or just ridiculous.
It's-
Move on. It's not important. That's it.
I've been trying to keep them on task and they haven't been listening. Yeah, that's it.
Luckily, there are people in this brotherhood that believe in greater threats, rather than just fishing for an AI built in a garage, in a cave with a box of rocks.
Not gonna tell them where it was actually built.
It's Vermont. No.
If you're not scared of my garage AI, why all the backup?
Oh, I am scared of your garage AI. I'm just more scared of controlling the weather.
Personally, Bellamy, I'm on your side with this one. I'm looking to disable whatever that technology is.
Of course you are. You're Polis. And I once was too. Probably doesn't mean anything at this point, considering I just lied about being your mentor.
How long did
I
that
would
take,
prefer
by
that
the way?
too. 15 minutes.
Can it be undone?
Oh, yes.
Kind of suits you right to get stuck with her face for the rest of eternity.
Why would I get stuck with any face?
Is that why Polis was interested in you? You an infiltrator.
That was actually something that the Brotherhood taught me. That was after. But suffice to say, I want the Brotherhood to be present. For people to know that they could be anywhere. So that's where I come in.
Well, congratulations. I think you've made your point. What can I do to get Pip out of this?
If you've given me a truly bigger fish, I might let you out. If you share any information you have... No. If you share any information you have on whether this is truly something bigger than an AI, I will let you go.
And Pip?
And Pip. I, believe it or not, am genuinely convinced that he's just a gimmick. You haven't made a weapon here. You've made something that certainly can be deadly, but he is only as threatening as you are, Miss Ortega.
And you need to understand that I have never meant either him or Jem as a threat. Has there been anything in the way I've acted since the time you heard about me that has conveyed any sort of intent to do anything hostile to you or to really any other faction in the Midwest?
Oh no. Your husband, however, certainly did.
I don't understand.
I suppose he never told you that.
If this is some
We
other
requested-
kind of mind game, Bellamy,
I'm done
you've
with
already-
the mind. I'm done with the mind games.
Says
the man.
Marion.
Yes.
I'm gonna try and lower my Pip away from the gun. Just slowly.
Mr. Montrose, we approached him with suggestion of, I guess a summit would be the word to call it, for us to take a look at hegemony and to evaluate whether it was a threat. To talk it out first.
You seriously expect me to believe that?
It's how we always behave. We give a warning. We
You-
gave it to him, and he ignored it. We would have burned that place down if it truly was a weapon.
I don't get what good you get from lying here, Bellamy. You've already got me where you want me. There's nothing you can say that's going to get me to give you any more information at this point.
I was just making conversation at this point. Making the point that I have no evidence that you are a threat, and that I trust you creating AI more than I trusted Silas Montrose.
He was never the one creating AI anyways.
He was controlling it, or at least controlling communication. If he didn't tell you that we approached him for a summit, then he had some amount of control.
Even
I
if,
swear this isn't some humiliation tactic to push you to your wit's end.
even
This is
if what
I
you're saying
remember.
is true. I don't see why any of us would have any reason to believe you wouldn't just raise Palm Book like you did the Arb or any other number of settlements that you've destroyed.
We had great reasons for raising any place that we raise. The Arb was building sentry bots to sell to the highest bidder.
You do understand that people are going to start doing these things again. You're not going to be able to keep such an iron grip over the entire wasteland that you'll be able to stop technology from progressing forever.
We're not here to stop progress. We're here to stop wayward progress. If people are going to advance technology, there needs to be accountability. It shouldn't just be some random town or someone in a garage building a nuclear weapon.
It's not a nuclear weapon.
I know, I was referring to a different garage.
So what happens now?
You give me the big fish, or I settle for the small one.
And what guarantee do I have that you're going to do anything that you said you would?
I'll let your friends go.
Down payment?
I've lied enough today. Yes.
Insight check.
Go for it.
That sounds like something a liar would say.
I'm done lying. He lied.
Well, okay, so what is that?
In
That's
fact,
speech?
it's
Is
not.
that intelligence or charisma speech?
It is
or perception?
and speech.
Okay. One.
One success. It seems like he's telling the truth. Maybe he's a little tired of pretending to be someone else.
And if I give you what you're looking for, what are you going to do with it?
Investigate it.
It hasn't seemed too out of the ordinary, but it does look like there is a dangerous storm over the Midwest. And that needs to be stopped.
That's exactly what we're trying to do.
That's exactly what we would want to do too.
So why not just send us?
Something tells me I don't trust your group or DTL. Believe it or not, I do see a lot of potential in you.
It's rich.
No, it's
You have
true.
hated me since the minute you heard about me.
You should have guarded yourself a lot more. That's certain. But there is still potential. I'm not saying you should join the Brotherhood now, but if you had made different choices, you could probably be quite an important person here.
Not sure I'm interested in that kind of appointment, or important to Costa.
Very well. Now, I suppose this is adding to the bargain. And I suppose you have no right to give me this information. But when I initially detained you, your group mentioned, or you mentioned, that Vault 47 was up to some kind of experiment. Is that also a bigger fish? Or is that just some moves that you came up with to distract? Because I happen to like my coffee.
I'd probably suggest you start making it yourself then. Well, 47 is making enemies fast, and I think you would be well poised to be among them.
What for? For bringing back the tomato.
That's a front. It's the thing they do to make it so that everyone looks at them and goes, oh, they're doing things, but they're harmless.
Front for what?
I'll go ahead and send over the information.
He doesn't have a Pip-Boy on him.
Oh,
he was
doesn't?
prepared.
Oh, you know what, yeah, because I guess I could have taken that over, couldn't I have?
Yeah.
I guess I'll display the information and
Oh,
I'll kind of
Captain,
explain it to
explode.
him as a... No, I'm not showing him the formula.
Okay.
I'm showing him, like, their goals.
That's the hard thing. I don't think they had a master plan email.
All
where
right,
they CC'd
all right.
everyone in Vault 47.
I suppose I'll just use it as a visual aid then, like whatever I can find that would be relevant. And I will tell him that they're interested in genetic purification of the wasteland.
Of course they are. They're a Vault. Purification how? They're not involved with this weather thing, are they?
No, they're not. They're interested in using a variant of the forced evolutionary virus to weed out those physically unfit to remain in the wasteland.
That checks out for a Vault. Is that completely the truth? And I say this not for your sake, but for Vault 47. Because any talk of anything related to the forced evolutionary virus will be one of the few times that we may act without a warning.
And that is the truth. As
Roll a
much of it as I'm
persuasion
willing to
check.
tell you. Natural 1.
Whoa, nice job. Vaults are hard to crack.
You might be able to find some help with the mob.
What?
They're interested in taking over the mob. I think if,
They're interested in genetic purification and taking over organized crime.
it's a vehicle for dissemination. They're looking to
That makes
influence the
sense.
whole wasteland. The mob is a good way to do that. If my friends have done as I would like them to have, they'll have told the mob about that already. If not, I will once you let me out of here.
Hmm. Well, what can you give me on my end of the bargain? Let's see. I want that other bigger fish. Coakley, go let the Crucible know that you may set Nicodemus Avransiv, the game designer, and woman in the gas mask go. You can unbind the woman too.
Yes, sir.
Is that good enough for you, or would you like to see them leave?
I'd like to see them leave.
All right.
You haven't
walking
instilled a
bit,
lot of trust.
it appears that the truck was just driving in circles.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's a very short walk back to the
Insult to
the
injury.
tower. Yep. So you would get back to the tower. I don't want to choose for Margie, but I also think she'd be like, maybe escaping is a good idea. But you would see, heading out of the exit, would be Nico and Margie. Margie would go, and Nico would go,
See you soon.
thanks for what you did. Whatever that was.
Tell you about it later.
How about that?
I'm gonna give them 20 minutes to get away from here. So as soon as I give you what you want, you'd just round them back up and take them back in. And then we can talk.
Fair enough. All right. Coakley, get us some sandwiches.
Yes, sir.
And DaCosta just sits down. I guess if we're waiting here, might as well get comfortable. Sorry, that was weird. He's just hungry.
The Brotherhood
Alright.
of Sandwiches.
The Brotherhood of Sandwiches. Yeah, I guess I'll sit down as well.
Are you doing anything during that 20 minutes? Anything else you want to talk about?
Yeah, I want to ask him. I've heard the way some of the other people in the Brotherhood talk about you, DaCosta. You're sort of a firebrand, a zealot. Is that all about Palm Book, or is that something else?
It's about other things. I am quite decisive and willing to do things other people might not do.
Clearly. I haven't been on your radar for 7 years now.
No, I was in Xanadu as just a chance happenstance, and you were there. I just thought it might be good to multitask. Check in.
It's quite the showing for multitasking. Is there something about what I'm doing with Pip that scares you?
Guess you're cutting right to the thick of it. Yes. I tried it myself.
Tried what yourself?
AI.
To what end?
Protect people.
You did create a weapon then.
Meant for defense. To defend itself. To defend a town.
I take it that didn't go well.
No. Well, I've made my peace with it, and I know that the mistake was probably my own. A fault in the coding.
What happened exactly?
I missed a few digits in the target matrix. And if Protectrons and Assaultrons don't know who is friend or foe, then there will be a lot of bloodshed.
You've got to understand this is different. You created something meant to protect, meant to deal violence, even if it's in a good end. I created something that's just meant to be.
I don't doubt the AI. I doubt that people can make it safe alone.
What do you
I'm
mean
sure
make
you had
it
the
safe?
noblest intentions, as did I. But all it takes is one human slip up to put one wrong line of coding that damns us all.
Pip is finished. Pip is self-regulating. He can control his own code. All that's left to do now is just him learning and growing. It's not human input that matters now.
But at the bottom of it all, there's still humanity in him. There's still flaw.
So.
Hey! I mean, that's true. I make mistakes.
That's what I didn't
you checked
realize.
my email, didn't you?
Yeah.
Never took you for the clickbait kind.
You won't believe what I know about this woman's husband.
Yeah, Pip is flawed. And actually, that took me a lot longer to realize than it should have. But that's not a cause to stamp out life. And if it was, then I think the bombs would have worked better. We would have all deserved to die. You can't judge life based off of whether it has the potential to go wrong. Not
I
as...
suppose that's where you and I differ. I don't view AI as life. I guess I haven't seen Pip's code, so I don't know if I'm the expert to speak on that. Nor would I expect you to trust me with taking a look at Pip's code.
But aren't the consequences worse if you're wrong?
If I'm right, then I might curb a future massacre. If I'm wrong,
You might stamp out an entirely new kind of life forever.
well, to your point, we can't stop progress. I think Pip is fine. I'm not some Luddite. I just think that we need to be very, very accountable as to the development of new life. Ideally, I would prefer 100 scribes taking a look at Pip's code, evaluating everything he does. Stifling, but safe. Do you know, I wanted to take a look at how hegemony worked, right?
No, I didn't know that. I think I was too busy running once you started burning down buildings.
We thought the warning had been given. And we thought that I thought that there were hostile intentions. It sounded like your
Did-
husband wanted a war. I intended to give it to him.
Did you mean what you said about giving a warning? We're getting along. I'm giving you what you want. Did you mean it?
I followed procedure. We intended to give a warning. There were people around me that suggested making another, and I did not.
Because you were worried about a repeat of what you had done.
Indeed. Hegemony accessed not just our archives, also our armory. A few protectrons and assaultrons showed signs of recoding. Nothing changing, just footsteps in the code.
Maybe I didn't know Silas well enough to tell you that he had done that. But I did know Jem well enough to know that she didn't have any ill intentions towards you. She was learning, just like Pip is now.
Well, I do remember on the ground there were arrays of turrets and sentries, and none of them attacked us. Not one.
You know what that is, don't you?
One of those human glitches, I assume.
Not a glitch. A choice.
Choice to what? die.
A choice not to kill. She couldn't do it when it came down to it.
Well, I suppose that means I'm alive then.
Because of her.
Are you sure you wouldn't want to join the Brotherhood?
You've turned very quickly from threatening my life and that of Pip to recruiting me.
Well, I thought that the rest of Palm Book was in on Mr. Montrose's ideals.
I don't know what ideals you're mentioning. He loved Palm Book as much as anyone did, even if what you're saying is true. We were basically just an artists' commune. You know that, right?
Artists' communes don't typically access military archives.
Well, that was, yes, a mistake. And probably
Ed
one...
Paladin DaCosta, what are you doing? You would see as you knew him as just also Head Paladin Abercorn would exit the tower. What is up with your face? Did you...
He likes to look better.
We were expecting a trial. And you use entrapment. Are you impersonating some... Who is he supposed to be?
My mentor, Marion Bowden.
Mentor.
He mimed
You
breaking me
commandeer a
out.
Brotherhood truck. You alter your own face. You include dozens of scribes and knights. All for what?
You haven't even gotten to the part where he recruited me yet.
That's not true. And we have something actionable now. Actionable now because of entrapment. No. Something other than the AI. Something involving the weather. Some kind of pre-war Poseidon project. We'll debrief on this later. Right now, Head Paladin, I order you to let her go. But there could be more intel on this. She has more information on the Poseidon project. Investigate it yourself. Unless you want to hear me talk to High Elder Pittman about this. No, you don't have to tell her anything. Oh, she already knows most of it. Well, then you don't have to tell her anymore. Fine. Go.
Well, I appreciate the hospitality, but I don't think I'll be sticking around for sandwiches. Is there a vehicle I could take, or should I just walk?
I prefer to right you for all the wrongs that we've done to you in the last day. Just take the truck and leave. Points to the truck that you were entrapped in.
I'm gonna, like, kind of awkwardly here, just stand up from where I'm sitting with DaCosta and just kind of mosey on over to the truck. And I don't have much more to say, so I'm just gonna get in and leave.
Okay. You drive away. You can see Star Paladin Abercorn absolutely chewing out DaCosta for this whole thing. Thanks. You're free to go.
I'm gonna go drive to Chicago.
You would see Avrancev and Margie first.
I'll kind of pull over and be like, "You heading my way?
What? That's a Brotherhood truck.
Come on in. There's room for a few more."
Is this like a semi truck, or what's the size of this thing?
This is like a half deuce. It's like oh boy.
Like a U-Haul?
It's like the trucks that you see in Fallout 4. if you remember those. They're cargo trucks.
Like a kind of like a
Not
U-Haul.
the tanks.
Not the tanks.
Okay.
No, not the weird bubbly things. Half deuce truck.
Yeah, but we have another truck now. That's awesome.
Bro, what are you doing?
Like this
That's
guy.
weird.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
I would
Yeah.
judge
like
him so
high
hard.
achievement issues, but like
If
to
I
the
met
extreme.
Bellamy in real life, I'd be so judging. I'm like,
All right, Nico
okay.
and Margie would get in the truck with you.
All right, we're going to need to radio the rest of the group. I hope they haven't planned anything harebrained in the meanwhile.
We should try
Out of
something
radio
harebrained.
range. Sorry,
So we're going to take a little.
you left your radio in the van.
Mm-hmm. Gonna head back to the Union Station to start with and see if we can't like raise them from there.
Okay. With that, we will end session for this week. I am ending it a little shorter.
The crucible explodes in the back.
There's Marion.
Oh yeah.
Marion now gets it.
We're probably gonna need to radio her back. In
Yes, but I don't have the encoder until I get back to the
Oops.
encoder in range until I get back to the van, so I can't do that yet.
Yeah. But anyways, that is session for today. I imagine it might be wise to do some like planning on what you guys are doing next, in between this
Now
week
and
and
yeah.
Frankie, we're gonna do one last thing.
I'm in danger.
Boom, 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 boom. Barnes would knock on the door of the van, which I believe you all had not left yet.
We're
You're
all
still in the
sitting
van.
there, like,
Just gonna open up the door.
So, you guys got a plan yet? What are you up to?
I think we've got some ideas, and we're gonna wait on the rest of our group to get back before we commit to anything.
Okay, you know what? I did say we could go till 3:30. We're gonna have that group conversation if you guys want to, because it's not gonna take long for you guys in the truck to get back to the pier.
Fast and the Furious.
Just plow through the front gate.
Okay.
Exactly. I mean, it's the Brotherhood's
Well, I'll let
property.
you guys have that
Too much
conversation.
on gnosis.
It probably
I'll
has
check in later.
Brotherhood branding on it.
Yes. So you're driving. You leave Brotherhood territory. The checkpoint at the edge of it would allow you to pass your. If they knew you were leaving.
I'll turn on Smooth Blue.
There you go.
And it's a little relaxing truck
Space
drive.
Beethoven's fifth.
Rain, it's
Oh.
fever, it's gonna get me.
Wait, that's too menacing. Beethoven's ninth?
It's Vivaldi's Winter.
No, that's too menacing. It's spring. Yay! No, wait, I'm saving that for the end of the campaign.
Oh no.
Not really. I just made that up. As you're driving towards the pier, you would pass that checkpoint with the two racketeering mobsters. You would see them scramble towards their guns.
I wave.
The cheap wave. Hey.
The princess wave.
You would see them pointing their guns, just like say, "Stop! Stop!" They have lowered the wooden boom bar.
I will screech to a halt.
Oh, hey, you're not Brotherhood.
No,
What's with the truck?
it's a gift.
Oh. Well, nice. I was wondering, you're coming here to Chicago, and it's a pretty dangerous place.
It would be nice to have that gate still in place, wouldn't it?
Are you threatening to run through our gate?
I'm doing you the benefit of not running through your gate. You're about to ask me for payment.
Yes.
That's the payment.
Landmines. I mean, if you want to, there's some risky things in there that having protection might help you against.
I think I'll be fine with my truck. I appreciate it.
Suit yourself.
Now, would you like to keep your...
What's that?
Hmm.
They would raise the gate.
Glad we were able to come to an understanding, and I'm going to roll up the window.
Okay.
Keep going.
Okay. Time to get out the damage die. These are hidden landmines.
look at me like that.
Does the same damage as a rocket.
You weren't there. You didn't know. It's fine.
Yeah.
We still have the van.
Kind of a dumb move. You could have said, "Hey, I'm here."
10
for
damage
Frankie's
die.
friend."
Blast.
It's okay. Sure, we're fine. It's armored truck.
I thought the threat was the guns. That's on me.
It's more funny this way.
It is more funny this way.
She's like, I showed them.
7 points of damage.
That's not.
To me? Or the truck?
Everyone.
Oh.
It's blast. It's a landmine. And that's gonna go towards your left leg.
Oh no. Okay, so that's a critical injury there, right?
Yep.
Do you have
would
any
go
armor?
prone.
Yes, I do have armor. Actually, I have a lot of armor.
Leg?
Yes, I've got 4,
Okay. So only 3 points of damage.
which is not critical.
But with all this debris flying about, every single tire is going to pop. Your truck sputters to. a
I'll
halt.
say some rather unsavory things I don't want to say
my
on
leg.
stream.
Nico was not wearing armor.
Let me take a look at that for you.
Where did he get hit?
Oh, I kind of just assumed everyone was in the leg. There's no.
Oh
Get
no.
him to Jerry.
You would see as a chunk of the floorboards is now wedged inside his back.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh my god, alright.
I hate Chicago.
Yeah, me too. Can I, like, treat that?
Yeah, medicine check. Difficulty of. Oh boy.
Ah.
Can't Margie help with that too?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Margie can help. With
You know what?
that.
Margie's better, so I will help Margie.
Stop
Okay.
Stop
What's the difficulty? Oh wait. First, I need to see what happens to Margie. Left
she
arm. She's
she
got
does
armor.
have armor. She's
Yeah,
got good
so
armor.
her armor's good.
Oh, poor
Um,
Nico.
Poor game designer Nico.
What is the difficulty? This is in the rules.
He's just trying to be a pro gamer.
I believe it's just. It's 2 plus the amount of injuries that are critical injuries that a person has. So he
Oh,
just
so 3?
1, so it stays as
Or
or
oh,
stays at 2. I think it's just 2. I'll check it later. All right, Margie, I'll roll for her. I don't have a character sheet, but that's a 6 and a 7, and this is intelligence.
Oop.
I'm pretty certain.
5.
Okay, that's 3 successes, 1 action point.
Would have been nice to have one of those.
So you take the trunk and truck out and bandage the wound. He is no longer bleeding.
Don't pull it out of the wound. Stop the bleeding. But yes.
They did it correct.
You would hear someone say,
Now come out with your hands up.
This is unbelievably stupid.
"This is stupid. This is how the mob works."
Pip, do they have any technology?
Doesn't look like it. Mostly guns and dynamite. I'll hack their dynamite. No.
That'd be awesome.
That would be
That's
awesome.
Pip's 8th level upgrade.
Yeah.
You guys stay here for now. See if I can resolve this.
Hey, there's 3 people in the truck. I only see 1. Get the 2.
He has truck in his chest. That's Margie attempting to
oh, the classic. love
One
interest wound
success,
with the
that's a
other character.
5.
Wow,
I'm pretty sure
Margie.
charisma is at
Plus
oh,
1 difficulty for the mask.
Oh!
Blah,
Huh?
blah.
Who said that?
Didn't hear anything. Thank you.
Well,
Only she would wear a hat and the mask.
the mine did a little bit more damage than you would have anticipated. Don't think all of us are in good condition to come out.
Okay, that's fine.
You can hear. You would see. You're in the city now, so it's mostly rubble. You can tell immediately that there are quite a few gunmen in cover.
We need all your stats. All of them. And lose the laser pistol.
That you would have been given back
I'll
by Abercrombie.
go ahead and holster that and say,
Lose it. Not holster. Drop it. Kick it.
Are we,
Bop it.
are we close enough at the front of the pier to like hear an
Also-
explosion?
This is about 2 miles from the pier.
Oh, okay.
You would hear an explosion though, but it's like that's you. I mean,
Chicago.
here in Chicago, you hear a gunshot every minute.
think we're gonna be more useful to you than just caps. We've got information that Polignani is gonna want to know.
Oh ho ho, you know his last name. What's the info?
Info on Vault 47. He's been trying to make a deal with them. I've got information that's going to help.
Barter check.
probably
speech.
use the cap because we're not gonna
Yes.
use it for anything else.
Might as well.
At least we got to use it.
Yeah, it's not
boy.
gonna get just deleted at the end of the scene.
I know this is idiotic, but this is like
Oh.
the main source of the mob's revenue. Is they have a protection scheme.
Well, the problem is I've been accumulating a solid amount of caps, and I don't want to give them up.
Yeah, that's
I've
fair.
been doing saving. I've been doing really well.
See, I've been doing the smart thing and just spending mine.
So that's what?
You
Is
gotta
that
spend money to get money.
charisma barter, right?
Yes.
Okay, then that one will be good to reroll.
Difficulty of 2. Maybe 3.
3.
Definitely. Man, lady, why didn't you just leave with that?
Well, because I didn't know you had landmines on the other side of the divider.
Well, we think about advertising that, but that's a bit too on the
A
nose.
little counterintuitive.
This guy would poke his head up. So you got info?
Yes.
Okay. What's the info about Vault 47?
Talk to Polignani about it.
Wait, you're saying he has the info?
No, I'm saying I'll talk to Polignani about it.
Okay, well, how do I know that?
You don't, but you could always just rob me when you get there if I don't pay up.
Louis, what do you think? I mean, that could work. Yeah, we could rob you later, but who's asking?
Who's asking what?
What's your name? Dame?
Julian Ortega,
Okay. Who's in the truck?
Margie Shelton, and Nicodemus Avrancev.
Okay. Any other names you could drop? You just literally named.
Marion Franklin.
You know Bloody Marion?
Been traveling with him for the past few months.
Okay. Do you know his brother? What's
Barnes.
his name?
Have I passed your
Louis,
test?
do you have any more mob questions?
What's the
When was
passcode?
the mob founded? Who is Al Capone? How did he get kidnapped? How did he get
That's
imprisoned?
We were actually on our way to see you before we got separated. I'm not sure if they made it over yet.
Okay. Well, that's good enough for me. Go to the pier. Say hi to Barnes.
Any more mines
Don't
I should
watch
be
the
worried
play.
about?
What's that?
Any more mines I should be worried about?
Nope, that's it.
Oh, now you're going to have to restock.
Yeah. Oh no, we have more, but they're just here. You know, this is our ambush spot, so you know we don't detonate all the same mines at the same time. So we'll just. Boop. You see Louis just put some more mines. Sorry about the truck.
It's not mine anyways. I guess I'll help Avrancev out if he's still not doing 100%.
He's fine.
Sorry.
Okay, you would walk the remaining 2 miles back to the pier. It's not fun, but you would be able to do it. Now that the mob knows not to take pot shots at you, though.
Do we see them coming?
It's in.
Also-
the pier's inside of Walled City.
Yeah,
It's a
something
wall.
that I think Pix would pitch is them going to like wait outside the city so that they kind of. She would pitch as like so we can see our friends. She's kind of more like so we're not in the town
Yeah,
when our
that's-
friends get there.
That's fair. Yep.
So we probably move the
Yeah.
van out and we see you guys coming.
Yep. Do all of you want to wait outside the town?
Well, Frankie had a conversation to get to.
Yes. Barnes was going to let you have the group convo first before he talked to you.
Okay.
Yep. Sorry about that. He said, yeah, you talk about it. Talk with them first, and then I'll check in.
Okay.
So, you all would eventually see, rounding the corner, the remaining members of your party looking a little annoyed.
Do we see
And a
the
little
truck in chest?
No, the truck's too far away. It's too
No,
miles.
no, I'm seeing. Do we see
We
the
took it
truck
out.
in his chest?
We
Oh,
took
it's
it out.
not. You can see that he's bandaged.
Pix
Why did it have
goes
to be me?
happily
Classic
embraces
trope of all the love interests is
Margie
you're like, oh no, I have to.
and kind of just like nods at
Gaze in your eyes.
Julian. Does not even acknowledge whoever this guy is. Someone's going to deal with this wounds. And then she's kind of, she does cry a little bit when she hugs Margie, and then she just tries to not show any emotion after that.
Okay. All right, group reunited.
Good to see you.
You're alive.
Good to be back. How'd the mob get
Did
you
the mob
out?
get you out?
I mean, I don't think it was them unless they are tied in with Head Paladin Abercorn.
Star Paladin Abercorn. He got promoted.
It's a stupid sounding rank,
Oh.
but it exists.
I thought you were making a mistake when you said that last time.
Oh, he's been promoted.
You have now
Hmm.
Well,
Probably let the mob know that. You can tell your brother or something.
we have some
Okay,
updates on the mob.
give you the breakdown. So
Yeah, we give like the brief.
Pix tells you all the stuff that's going on, all the things there.
And Jerry fills in and gives the actual information afterwards.
Yeah, I feel like Pix is like gives like a good like timeline, and then Jerry gives like actual like actionable information. So they fill out it pretty well.
You've been up to a lot in the last day.
And so, what happened? What does the Brotherhood know?
More than I would have liked them to.
Okay.
They know about.
Is Pip okay?
They know about
Pip's
Yep.
Vault 47.
I told them to go after Vault 47. I think they might be a good tool for us in that regard.
What about the weather?
I told them that we think it's not natural.
Mm.
They don't know about Project Ethereum, not specifically. But I think we've got a little more competition now.
Well,
They threatened Pip. Otherwise, I wouldn't have let anything slide. I'm sorry.
I
That
also
makes
gave
sense.
them information on the formula.
Who's them?
The mob. I gave them a little bit of a. Threw a few red herrings in there, but I don't think it's going to buy us a lot of time.
Well, Doc, you're a chemist. Why don't we just get Pip in the system and change it up to something that's,
At this point, the scientists have looked at it. If they don't have it written down, they're going to be at least knowledgeable enough to replicate it.
well, then I suppose we have nothing to lose in using the mob to destroy Vault 47.
I'm a bit worried about the Brotherhood, too. I was hoping that we could pit Gnosis and the mob against each other and have them wear each other out for a little bit, but with the Brotherhood and the mob ganged up on Gnosis, I think that they'd make pretty short work of them.
Sure, your eyes aren't bigger than your stomach? It's a lot to take on, Doctor.
What?
It's a lot to take on.
Gnosis?
Gnosis, I think we might be able to handle if we play our cards
No,
right.
I'm-
Send bigger fish after them.
I'm saying that they'll handle Gnosis too quickly. Finish up with that, and then turn their eyes on us.
They have no reason to want us dead, unless you've left anything out.
The Brotherhood.
What do you mean?
Well, they know about the weather station. You don't think they try to grab that technology?
They may. I think I actually believe they want it destroyed.
And then C-24. Well, the mob's about to get it, and the Brotherhood, if they beat the mob to Vault 47, are likely to get it as well. And with two major factions in the region both having it, the mob said they just wanted to destroy it and get rid of it, but with two power players in the Midwest,
Well,
both
then we
having
better
it,
tell the mob that they need to hurry.
I don't like it.
Have you given them the reduced evolutionary virus?
No, I told them how they could get it, though.
What do they need to do?
What?
What do they need to do?
They need to grab someone who has it. I managed to convince them that I have a different version, because somehow they know that I'm able to use it. I've only used it once in 8 or 9 years, and they didn't have eyes on me before, so somehow they found out about it the one time I did it in the vault. So I think somebody ratted us out.
Who saw you with it?
Well, a handful of the scientists, Bert, and my brother.
Could be Bert.
I think regardless of who it is, the key step here is not giving them the REV.
And I told them they could get it if they kidnapped a member of Gnosis, which they can.
Just a little spite play.
I'm trying to pit the two against each other.
The mob is too big for us to handle right now. So is the Brotherhood.
I know, that's why I decided to pit Gnosis and the mob against each other, so they weaken each other enough that we could deal with both.
Do you believe Polignani?
No. I mean, maybe he is being sincere at the moment, but once he gets a taste of that power, he's gonna hold on to it. They're not gonna distribute it like Gnosis will, but they're gonna use it to make sure they keep a hold on the Chicago area, at the very least.
Well, I agree that you've bought time. And right now, time isn't what we have with the Brotherhood and the weather machine.
I had an idea, in theory, if I could get a laboratory with the right equipment and enough time, I could maybe make a vaccine of sorts to, well, it'd be more of a virus has very similar molecular ends to what the REV is, so that the body will, well, it'll respond, it'll behave like a cold or the flu or something similar. It will spread on its own, and then perhaps it would induce the body to create antibodies that kill the REV. Now it's a big maybe. I don't know if this is possible, but
But if there's anyone that can do that, that's you, Doctor.
And if we could get it to the right person in, like, one of the higher ups who's like all strutting their stuff all around the vault, it could spread pretty easily and probably do a ton of damage before they realize what's happening.
No, I don't think we use it on the vault. I think if we use it on the vault, we've played our hand too soon. The mob knows what we're doing. I think we use it on the mob once they destroy the vault.
we use it on the mob first and then spread it to the vault.
I say we wait for the mob to destroy the vault and use it on them after.
The mob has a lot more muscle.
But if it's a cold, you can't really block that with muscle now, can you?
I think you all are forgetting. This is Cortland. Dr. Fletcher, maybe you should be the first person that gets that. It was a public conversation, I believe.
Yeah, I think he would be a part of it.
You'd be a good test case, Doc.
I mean, that's one of the things that I think, well, I think as a group, we would like to do.
What do you mean?
Like, you know, I wanted to get my mom safe, and we were able to hopefully do some good while also doing that. This is something that could definitely help one of ours, and also help with some other things that we need to be done. So, what are our goals? 1, stop the weather station. 2, I think just in general, stay safe. And I think and part of that is, I think we need to deal with the vault. Because I don't
Mob
think
will
they're
do
going
that
to
for
stop
us.
what they're doing.
We were trying to see if we had enough time to go investigate the Vault-Tec headquarters as well.
We do have time for that.
You think given the situation there's enough time and safety to do that in Chicago?
I
We
think
haven't
it'll
made
buy us
enemies yet.
time if we do.
I got us on
Right.
good terms with the mob for now.
And I think that the time that you've bought us is going to be useful. Frankly, was seeing your brother all right.
It wasn't what I expected, but it was nice.
Okay. Love to hear more about it later.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I say we go to Vault-Tec Regional Headquarters. Do what we came here to do. And once that's been dealt with, we've got more mobility. Can figure out what to do from there. I think even if we were to give you the materials you need to work on that vaccine on the go, kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
I don't know if I can do that from the back of the van. I think I would need to spend some time in a fully functioning laboratory.
What kind of time are you talking about?
I don't know. If we're lucky, a couple of days maybe. That is extremely lucky.
You could do it quicker with help.
Unfortunately, I'd be working on it alone, and that would definitely extend the time. A more reasonable timeline would be weeks at best.
I think we're gonna have to hope that you bought us enough time. We can't delay on the rest weeks.
I need to find someone to help me.
Yeah.
Well, what if you pose that idea back to Polignani? If he's just as interested in destroying the C-24 as he says he is, wouldn't it be more interested in a cure for it than
And if he's
the
not,
drug itself?
if he's not,
I will say, you did roll a check on whether you believed whether he was earnest about wanting to destroy it, and
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I believe he's earnest now. I just
Yeah.
don't know if once he gets a hold of it, he's gonna stay earnest.
oh, okay, yeah, that's fair.
True.
Okay,
Mm.
yep.
Or if Biggs would be like, or if someone sways his hand or gets, I don't know, splinters off or something.
Yeah.
There's a lot of variables that could come up.
I just don't trust the mob in general.
You
Yeah,
don't have to
I thi-
trust them, but right now we're lined up with them. We can use their
Yeah.
resources. I think that's not an insignificant thing.
It's not the faction I expected you guys to align with.
I mean, we're not. We're just.
Oh, I know.
No, Jerry fully intends
We're
to
like
stab them
parasites.
in
We
the
just
back.
move around.
Yeah.
But for
Right.
now, you've bought us all of their resources. You've bought
Mhm.
us their eyes. That's important.
Mhm. And even trust, because we will be doing things.
Frankie, so one of you mentioned that many of the chemists may very well be held against their will. They are forced to do this.
I can only imagine.
Mhm.
What do you think the likelihood would be of one or two of them working with me on this?
What if we?
I mean, I
Borrowing
think
their
I think
time.
like anyone, it would, take some convincing that you're trying to do the right thing. But
We could promise that we could get them away.
I think we're missing the more obvious option here. I think the mob would be just as interested in neutralizing C-24 within the vault.
Mhm.
there are good people you can work with. I'm sure of that. You just have to be careful. I don't know which ones are good, which ones are not.
I think if we go to anyone in the mob, we're going to have to assume it'll leak out to the mob. I'd rather us
Mhm.
play this intentionally, treat it as something that we can use to help them if we're going to do that.
It would help me to
Mhm.
dig a little deeper into the mob.
Good.
Maybe get some information and some weapons we can use against them later.
And it, even if, no, this is a weird thought, but even if they do pull it on us, giving them the doomsday button to a weapon, probably not a bad thing. We won't be the only ones trying to stop this use of this. So if we have,
Well, right now the mob and us line up, and that's why we're going to use them.
yeah.
But I
Mhm.
say if we're going to move against them eventually, we're going to have to pick our moment. And if our moment isn't this, we're going to have to figure something else out.
They promised me Minos,
Seems a bit of a non sequitur.
so hopefully we can deal with the storm for now. And by the time we get back, hopefully they'll have him and ready for me to work with.
We could also interview him. See what's really going on.
Who's
The
him?
other- yeah, Minus.
Oh.
I don't suppose.
See if there's anything else going on.
I wonder if I could get some sort of truth serum in the mob.
Well, I'm sure Barnes would love to have a conversation with good old Minos. It's the closest thing to
Not
truth
before.
serum the mob's got.
Not before I've talked with him.
That's a great mob nickname. We got truth serum here. No, you don't. Here he is. Oh.
I think this is still 3 steps ahead of where we need to be.
Mm.
I think the idea for a vaccine is a good one. If
Mhm.
you want help on it, you're going to have to go to the mob, and that's going to lose us the element of surprise, but that's not to say that we can't still infect them.
And although I would certainly prefer to avoid a war, if the mob does let the power go to their heads with C-24 or anything like that, that could be very interesting to the Brotherhood.
Mm.
And the
Destroy that
Polis.
sort of thing.
What
I think
if
the
we?
system's self-balancing.
Mm.
If anyone gets too out of line, everyone else is going to want to shut them down.
It's going
Polis's
to get.
principle.
It's going to get bloody.
Jules, would you let them know that something is brewing in Chicago?
Of course.
Should we let your brother know about the whole them trying to infiltrate?
That's
We
the
want-
next question.
We want Minos
Let your
to be
brother know
captured.
what? Barnes has weaseled his way into this conversation. For the sake of lack of suspicion, I'm not going to make him roll a stealth roll, but he also has not heard anything.
He's like, open the
Don't
doors
worry,
or
he has
like
not.
something.
Yeah, he hasn't caught any embarrassing
Yeah.
information.
That he looks a lot more like Frankie than I was expecting him to.
Yeah. They're both lookers. I give him a flirtatious look.
Say that again, and I punch. Oh wait, no, that's not Pix.
Whoa!
Whoa. Oh, seriously though, Barnes is here.
Barnes, we were still talking.
It's alright, Pix.
It's halfway between playing.
I don't know if what Abercorn did was you, but if it's not, you'd probably better call off anything you're trying with the Brotherhood of Steel.
Abercorn was
There's
me.
a spider on my chair. Oh, there's a spider on my chair.
It's pretty gratifying, thank you. Really chewed DaCosta out.
What's his debt to
Takes
the
my
mob?
husband. There's a spider on my chair. Kill it. I don't know where it went. It crawled under it.
It's funny. All goes back to siblings. Sister's a chem addict.
Mm,
He wants to keep it covered up. Not a. Oh,
give it.
did you break my chair?
No, it's not the spider,
there was a
that's right.
spider.
Oh, nice. Get one action point for killing the spider.
Yeah.
I was like, you're my husband. Kill the spider
take
for
it.
me.
Only good
It's your
bug is a
job.
dead bug.
Oh.
Not
A
things
spider
like,
is not a bug, it's an arachnid.
We need most
Oh,
spiders.
actually.
However, that spider was
A
trying to
bug
attack
is
me.
a particular type of beetle.
We were just
I like-
we were just talking about
I
our
like
next,
other
next
bugs
move
like
was,
ladybugs and dragonflies and
Yeah,
bees.
yeah, of course.
You've heard of Gnosis, I imagine.
Yeah. Not a fan, from what I have heard.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's good that you know about it. That's what we were talking about.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't want to intrude at all. I was just going to say, Frankie, I prefer to spend some time with you, not just doing business, you know. I was wondering if you could spend a few days just to catch up like normal. I know we've obviously butted heads today, but I do want to make things right.
Well,
Maybe you could show me that saxophone that you play now.
do you think you all can handle the errands in
Of course we
Chicago?
can. Of course we can.
Okay. We've got a few days. Yeah.
All right. I don't know about you, but I need a drink. Come on, Frankie.
Say
Let me show
hello
you
candy
around.
for me.
What?
Say hello to candy for me.
Oh, no. We're just sticking around the pier.
No, no.
Okay. Frankie will grab his saxophone.
Okay?
Bye bye, Frankie. Real quick, Pix does look and say, do we want to have, like, when he's gone, Barnes gonna, like, do we want to tell Barnes
Tell him what?
that they're going to try and infiltrate the mob?
Suppose we save that for now.
I don't think I've mentioned this, but since he's, like, going off and
Yeah.
Barnes is going off,
Yep.
Pix wanted to write a letter to Barnes at one
Okay.
point. Can I just say she's done that while she's waiting and then just, like, hands it to someone?
He's gonna wanna
She's gonna hand it to
open
Frankie,
it.
probably.
Oh, okay, all right.
Like it's to Barnes, but she's just gonna like give it to, like probably to Frankie, and then like, this is something to give to Barnes.
Okay, all right.
Can I ask what's in it?
It's private, but you could if you want to.
What's in it?
It's a very good argument.
For what?
For your dream. Maybe not your dream, but acknowledging that if he really wants his brother back, he's not going to want someone who isn't his brother.
Well, then it probably comes from someone who's not me, and he's gonna hand it back.
All right. Barnes! Barnes!
What?
Here you go.
What are you, my pen pal?
This is a letter.
You got something to say to me, you say it to my face.
All right.
Frankie's gonna
I don't.
start walking
as
away.
I say,
Just give him a moment.
I have some. Let's just say. Probing things that I want to say, and I think they're better if I'm not.
I think those are called
there.
questions.
No, they're called
Insults.
challenges.
So you're challenging me.
Yeah, and I want you
I
to have to not fight. Like, you don't even have to send me anything back. I just want to say those things,
Okay.
and you can just think about it. And I'm not gonna get in the way of what Frankie wants.
Okay.
But
is
this
this
is
like a
what I'm
threat in
doing.
here? Because if that's so, there are better ways of doing threats, kid.
Yeah, it's not a threat.
Okay. So it's just can I read it now?
Yeah, I'm gonna walk away, but
Okay.
okay. We'll speak about it later or never. On you. She just leaves. So yeah, I just give him that and then just leave and kind of just hurry because I kind of just want him to have the letter. I think that's what
Yeah.
Pix is like. Because her mind is, she's thinking kind of to herself as she's kind of walking away. She's like, okay, I probably like should I have talked to him? And she's like, I want to say the things that I do, and I don't want him to feel like he needs to defend himself
Yeah.
and his beliefs and
Right,
stuff.
yeah.
I want,
Gotcha.
in a sense, I feel like that's gonna be more probing.
Yeah.
So
Frankie, are you joining Barnes now?
Yeah, Frankie would have just been like a few good paces away.
Yeah. As those two are walking away, Barnes would just say,
Frankie, please tell me you're not dating that chick.
No, I don't know what she's giving you, but I trust me, I didn't ask her to do anything.
I believe you.
and they are gone.
Okay.
Can I do one very quick thing?
Yes.
At some point on the ride back, I probably should have done this earlier. I would have liked to ask Nico. I don't know exactly how long we're spending in Chicago, but would you mind sticking around for a day or two to help with something?
I'm gonna need to recover before I travel anyways. Convenient landmine.
Convenient landmine. No, yeah, and it's nothing intensive. I just, I
Like
was-
having me around.
well, yeah, maybe that too, but I was hoping for some help in designing a portable simulator system.
What? Portable?
Yeah, there's just, there's some things I'd like to show Pip.
Huh.
And I don't think I can go all the way back to Xanadu to do it.
Can I ask what kind of things?
Things I probably should have told you about Jem.
Yeah. Sounds like there's a lot to say.
Yeah, and you know what they say about pictures, right?
Am I, Jim?
Not exactly.
Okay. Is she dead?
Yeah. I tried to
sorry,
bring her
Jules.
back with the fragments of her coat that I was able to pull out before I left, and well, once I got to Vermont, I tried to bring her back.
Me?
You.
Ah.
Wasn't what I expected. It's
Yeah, I didn't expect to be born in Vermont either. New Englander has joined the party.
You're not Jem. I found that out pretty fast, but I'm glad you're you, Pip. There's just a lot I probably should have told you a lot sooner.
Thanks, Jules.
So if you don't mind just sitting tight on it for another day or two.
Okay.
We'll have
Yeah,
that
he
talk.
does want to ask more, but I think he will cap it for now. So, you said a portable VR?
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably need to get the implant if we're going to need it to interface with my memory the way I want it to. I'm sure we can get that done, but
I don't know about here. I have all the stuff stored back at Xanadu.
do you know how to make them again?
In a lab. probably another Mr. Handy. Auto dock parts.
Easy enough. We're on the mob side right now, don't you know?
I don't know if I like the idea of being in the mob's pocket. That's just me.
Well, then let me ask for it.
Okay. Computing for a VR pod of that size would be a little hard. We'd need very, very advanced computational units. Like, you know the servers that I had back in Xanadu?
Right, yeah.
Almost the size of a room. We probably need some... Oh! Why'd you nick that stupid reactor in Vault 47? That programmer guy had this whole microprocessor kind
Well,
of
I
thing.
think we were already on their bad side. That wasn't really
I
a...
know, sorry. Thanks for getting me out of there.
Oh,
I
I think
wasn't
you
trying
did
to
just as
break
much
for
as
that.
I did.
Well, I would love a portable
Maybe
simulation device.
maybe we can check out Treasureton, see if there's anything there.
Oh boy. I think
Maybe I can check out Treasureton.
as long as you've got armor. That place sucks.
Well, I can ask someone to check for me. I think I've got a connection there.
Yeah. I got one too. Stop by at Haley's Halls. It's someone who knew my mother. My mother used to be a scavenger in this area anyways, so.
Yeah, okay. So you wouldn't mind sticking around and helping? Just for a couple of days?
Sure, just as long as I get to not go anywhere.
No.
and recover.
I'll
And I'm happy
do
to
the
work on
going places part.
it. Okay. Man, I need to get me some armor.
I can look for that too.
Thanks. Alright. Back to the group. Anything else you want to talk about?
I'm
All right.
going.
Well, then that is where we will end session for this week. Thank you for joining us. Have a great week.